Jesus is Lord. Up, up, up. Wake up. Stand up. Boss Life Army. Wake up with vision, not just another day. Breathe in my lungs, there's grace on display. I don't walk alone, never have, never will. God goes before me, steady in my will. Mind on the mission, heart fully aligned. Faith isn't fragile, faith is my spine. Every step ordered, every move clean. I don't guess my way forward, I move, believe, and they hesitate. I listen and move, prayer in the morning, that's what I do. I don't rush, I don't drift, I don't fold. I trust the voice that's already told. Locked in, clear sight, God lead, we ride. Boss Life Army, rise and move. Boss Life Army, rise and move. Boss Life Army, called and chosen to. Faith in our words, fire in our sound. We don't back down, we don't back down. Boss Life Army, prayed and pressed. Boss Life Army, we expect success, no fear, no change, no holding us back. With God in the lead, we stay on track. This is daily discipline, daily trust. Word in my heart, not collecting dust. I don't speak empty, I speak what's true. If God said go, I'm seeing it through. I don't chase noise, I don't need the crowd. Confidence quiet, presence loud. Built to create, built to lead, multiply everything He entrusted to me. When the path narrows, I don't complain. I stay in prayer, I stay sustained. What God begins, He brings to the end. So I move forward again and again. No doubt, no fear, God's voice, we hear. Boss Life Army, rise and move. Boss Life Army, rise and move. Boss Life Army, called and chosen to. Faith in our words, fire in our sound. We don't back down, we don't back down. Boss Life Army, prayed and pressed. Boss Life Army, we expect success, no fear, no change, no holding us back. With God in the lead, we stay on track. One life, one call, stand firm, walk tall, prayer in motion, faith and stride. We don't separate, we live inside. Boss Life Army, say it again. Boss Life Army, all in, built by faith, strengthened by truth. We move with God in everything we do. Boss Life Army, forward we go. Boss Life Army, steady and bold. This isn't hype, this is fact. With God in the lead, we stay on track. Boss Life Army. Boss Life Army. God in the lead. Boss Life Army. Boss Life Army.
All right. Welcome to the Boss Lives AI. We're about to show you how to become a boss in AI. I had the privilege about a month and a half, 2 months ago, to get reconnected with a gentleman.
Recording in progress.
To get reconnected. Can you guys hear me okay? Let's do a test first. Good morning. Yeah, let me know where you're from. Okay, good. Y'all can hear me. Perfect. So I had the privilege of getting reconnected with a gentleman in a mastermind. And so when I first saw him, he stands up, he says, yeah, last time we were here, Myron showed this formula about how you create a product, and it's $20 and you sell 50,000 of them and you make $1 million, or $200 and you sell 5,000 of them and you make $1 million, or it's $2,000 and you sell. He said, and I just said, oh, that'll work. And he went home and designed a webinar to sell $1,000, not even $2,000, $1,000 offer, and did a 90-minute webinar and did $1.4 million in sales. And he utilized a principle that I talked about in a video that I recorded this morning that I'm not going to mention right now, but I'll mention later. And that concept, changed everything. And then he and I used that same concept and ran the play again, and it's mind-blowing what you're going to be able to do after you see this. So he got up, he did a presentation about native AI. Native AI meaning AI that lives natively on your own device, on your own computer. He did and it was a 30-minute presentation. And so I've got a brother who's an AI genius, and my brother taught me all of the things I needed to know about how to set up AI in a way that it doesn't operate like AI, it operates like a person. Okay, and so my brother taught me that. And so I had a framework in my mind, and then I knew what I wanted to do, I just didn't know how to do the technological piece of it. And when I heard this guy talk, I said, oh, that's my guy. That's my guy right there. Me and that dude, oh, we about to do something together. Now, that was the idea in my head. He wasn't looking at me and thinking, well, that's my guy. Okay, so that makes one of us. And so I pulled a Godfather move on him. Y'all familiar with the Godfather move, aren't you? Okay, here's what I did. I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And he, literally, the guy lives in Canada. He flew, instead of going back to Canada, he flew to Tampa with me and stayed here for a week and set up my AI and showed me how to use it, the technical parts. I already knew what I wanted to do. What I can do now with AI, it's crazy. It literally saves me 20, 30 hours a week of work. I'm more productive right now than I've ever been in my life. And when you really wrap your mind around what's possible with AI, when you start actually utilizing it for more than a amplified Google, it can literally change everything. Now, I'm not going to get into the weeds right now. I'm going to introduce this gentleman who was a Microsoft consultant for 15 years and been working on AI stuff for 15 years before ChatGPT was even a thing. And if something happens with my AI and it starts acting wonky, he can fix it from Canada. It's crazy, crazy amazing. I'm going to say more about that later. But this gentleman that I'm about to introduce you to is going to change your life if you will let him. Because AI is leverage. It is the greatest leverage for business that's ever existed in human history. Y'all probably heard of this invention called the Gutenberg press. Okay, cool. The Gutenberg press revolutionized literature because now you can mass print books for the first time in world history. You don't have to handwrite them out on a piece of lambskin or a piece of papaya. You can mass print books for the first time in world history. And so now, knowledge, I was listening to an audiobook this morning, and the guy said, in about the year 1500, when you said somebody was a well-read man, that means they had read everything there was to read. So that was actually a possibility. There's nobody who has the ability to read everything there is to read now. But all of us can have access to everything there is to read. More on that later. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce to some, present to others, my homie, my friend, my brother from another mother, one of the smartest AI geniuses I've ever met. In my studio today, let's give him a round of applause. Miguel is in the house. Let's go.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for that amazing intro, Myron. It's been an amazing whirlwind. Like, even AI has been like so crazy in the last 3 years. What's even crazier for me is that, like, I started looking at this like literally in the late 1990s, and now it's gotten really popular. So first off, I just want to say welcome everybody in the chat. I'd love to know in the YouTube chat and the Zoom chat where you're coming in from, what country, what city, what location, and if you're in the studio, Myron, maybe we should do this live the next one. That'd be kind of fun. I'll fly down to Florida and hang out with all you guys there. I wish I was there with you guys. So I want to really honor all your time, and I want to give you some of the best AI secrets that I have ever seen in my life. They're newly updated, they work right now. And not only that, I'm not just gonna show you some stuff. At the end, if I blow your mind, I wanna ask you right now, at the end, if I blow your mind, do I have permission to make you an offer? Is that all right? We're here with Myron. I wanna make you one of the coolest, I think most incredible offers that will completely transform your life once I show you some of these insane secrets. So let me get started right away. So first of all, these are literally the 7 biggest AI secrets that nobody is sharing. Because most of the world is sharing this, right? They're either scaring you from AI or they're telling you that AI is going to take your job. Have any of you ever seen some of these headlines? All the hate about AI and like, oh no, you may lose your job and don't use AI. It doesn't sound like you. It's not going to be able to. Here's the reality, okay? I actually believe that a lot of what's being told about AI is so that good people that really want to transform their lives, their businesses' lives, other people's lives, have more income, more money, more ability to serve and help others, they're using the media right now to scare you away from it. So the people that will do what they want with it, use it and not yourself. And that's why you see all these jobs gone, 92 million jobs gone, who will AI erase first? And the problem with this is it's not true. Now, here is the reality. Type real in the chat if I can be real with you right now. Type real in the chat. Okay, in the studio, say real out loud. Say real out loud if I can tell you the truth. Here's the truth. AI is not going to replace your job. It's not going to kill your business. It's not going to do any of those things. And if you focus on what you don't want, you get more of what you don't want. Isn't that crazy in your life? Have you ever focused on something you didn't want and then you got it? Isn't that weird? And then you focus on the things that you really wanted and that you actually thought would bring you more success, and you got those. See, we get to choose every single day the reality of our lives. So like I say, AI is not going to replace your job. AI is not going to kill your business. Here is the reality though. Humans that learn how to use AI effectively will take your job. Okay, companies that learn how to use AI effectively will take your customers, and you'll be worked out of the business, okay? They'll start new businesses, they'll be able to earn 10 times more income. Let me ask you a question. How many of you would love to earn 10 times more income right now? Even if you own a business and you're doing 10 million a year, or if you're just getting started and you're doing $1,000 a month. How many of you would love to 10x that? I'm telling you right now, we live in the times where you can literally do that. In the next 90 days, some of you could 10x everything that you're doing. And in fact, I've seen people go through, I'm going to share with you later, and within 24 hours in our community, they're posting, I just 10x'd everything I was doing literally in 24 hours. That's how crazy what I'm going to show you is. Now, I like to say you can work 2 days a week instead of 5 if you want to work less. Because what I get to do now with my life, I don't really consider work or a job, which I call just over broke. I love what I do. So let me share some realities with you here. Is it okay if I share with you the secret to AI. Like really, there's 10 secrets to AI. If you master these 10 things, you can absolutely do anything that you want with AI. Now here's the kind of scary part, like word of warning. These things are confusing, they're scary, they're hard, complex things, and it would take me about 2 to 2.5 years to teach every single one to you. Now, I do have a bit of a shortcut, and I'm not just gonna tell you I have it, I'm gonna show myself using it. I'm gonna start showing you all that in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna show you real demos. I'm gonna show you exactly like, here's how you make your AI clone. Here's how you make, how many of you would love to see that? Me doing a live where I create a video clone, an AI clone. We do knowledge, like literally show you all the stuff instead of saying, hey, get started here. No, I'm gonna show you exactly how all this stuff works right now. But before I do that, like I said, I'm gonna share with you the 10 things that you gotta master to be effective with AI, and then I'll show you a shortcut that we've created, okay? And I think you're gonna love it, okay? So, the things you gotta master. Number 1, you gotta learn how to use JSON to create powerful prompt results. Number 2, you gotta master prompting and system prompting. Learn multi-layer context engineering, role-based chaining, dynamic output structuring using variable-driven logic, behavior shaping with feedback loops and memory priming, event-driven architectures, conditional decision trees to figure out where things go, omni-channel content orchestration, role conditioning and persona locking for consistent output, model selection, temperature control, response calibration, error correction, hallucination mitigation strategies. There's literally so many things. It's kind of crazy how all this stuff works. So what we actually need to do in order to be able to do all this stuff is, let's see here. I'll go back here in a second. Okay, so what you need to learn in order to do all this stuff, okay, someone was just telling me my audio wasn't sounding good. So let me go ahead and fix that real quick so you guys can hear me a little bit better. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, do I sound better now? Type yes if I sound a lot better. Type yes in the chat if I sound a lot better. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Okay, so now someone's like, your music isn't sounding great. We had a power outage. See, I live in Canada. I don't have like all the amazing systems that people have in the States. So we do sometimes get like power outages and things like that. I was telling Myron that. He's like, you guys get power outages? I'm like, yeah, like once a month. And then sometimes our stuff doesn't come back online. So when you have all these things that you got to worry about, it gets really, really tough. And so this is why people end up saying they're scared of AI, right? Like how many of you don't know how to do any of these things? Type no in the chat if you have no idea how to do them. Okay, type no in the chat. You know, like so they're very complicated. So what happens is most people say, well, either I'm scared of AI, okay, like I'm terrified of AI. It's not, it's not my thing. I don't want to do it. Or AI doesn't work right. Let's block it. It's not as good as my brain and skills. The problem is if you go this road, you're going to be one of those people that's like in a year or two, or maybe even shorter, you're going to say, I lost my job. Or if you have a company right now and you're watching this and you wait another minute to adopt AI, you're going to be saying, I've lost my company. I'm not even kidding. It's kind of crazy where things are headed. And so you don't, this is not an option for you. Here's the other option that some people take. They say, well, I'd love to learn AI, but it's too complex. Everything you just said is way too complicated and I don't even understand it. Okay. I don't have the time or the tech skills to do all that stuff. Okay. Or this other one, how are so many people building new online businesses and I'm getting left behind? So if you take this approach and you're like, well, you know what? I'd love to learn it, but it's too complicated. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be in the same boat because you're going to be saying, well, I wish I could have done that. I wish I could have had success. Because let me tell you a big secret. So right now, like how many of you remember Bitcoin? Any of you bought Bitcoin or you've heard of Bitcoin? Type Bitcoin in the chat if you have, right? I don't even know what it's at right now, 80,000, 90,000. It's gone all the way up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine for a minute when you first heard about Bitcoin and it was like $1 or it was even like at 50 cents. How many of you would have loved to have bought Bitcoin for $1? Type $1 in the chat if you would have loved to buy Bitcoin for $1. Imagine if you had bought like $100 Bitcoins, you'd have 100 times 100,000. Like it's kind of crazy. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to raise my hand. I would have bought everything. If I could go back in time and bought Bitcoin for $1, I would have mortgaged my house. I would have sold my cars. I would have done whatever I had to do to buy as many Bitcoins as I possibly could. And I'm going to tell you something that is a fact right now. Okay, are you ready for it? Learning AI right now, not next week, not in 3 months, learning AI right now effectively is like buying Bitcoin for $1. Type yes in the chat if you believe what I'm saying. It's just a fact. Everyone all over the world is telling you that AI is the way. The AI revolution is bigger than the internet, okay? It's bigger than cryptocurrency. And right now, if you're wondering, well, did it already pass me by? I read a stat the other day, less than 1% of Americans and American companies are leveraging AI the right way. 3% are using it like a little bit, like ChatGPT is. 97% of the US, okay, get this, which is like the biggest consumers in the world, right? The most powerful country in the world. Can I get an amen on that? Are not using AI. 97%. This gives you the biggest, the greatest advantage I have ever seen. Ever. And so what does this mean? This means right now, you could be buying Bitcoin like for 50 cents, not $1. And so many people are waiting. Now, what if we could shortcut everything and in just 20 minutes, you could learn how to use AI like an absolute rock star? And also, what if I could show you some of the best secrets to AI productivity and not only show you that, but show you how you could profit and create online businesses in record time. So that's what I'm going to do. In about 2 minutes, I'm going to get into all the demos. But first off, real quick, I know Myron talked about this already, so I'm not going to spend more than 10 seconds because most people don't really care. But just so you know, I've helped over 32,000 people build big online businesses. I've worked with some of the top Fortune 500 companies in the world. We've been doing AI since the early 2000s. I've spoken on stages with 7, 8, 9, I think 21,000 people at one point, kind of crazy, Superdome. We have the #1 entrepreneurship podcast in Canada called The Boss Life with over 80 episodes. We've done over 100 million in online sales, presented on all over stages all over the world. And I've been doing this now for about 30 years. And I have the pleasure of being able to work with so many incredible, amazing people just like Myron. And as a side quest, as my kids would call it one day in video gaming, I was even in a workout fitness video about 8 years ago. And so that's me. I flew out to Hollywood and filmed. And no, I'm not going to tell you what fitness video that is because otherwise you'd go watch it and then make fun of me. No, I'm kidding. Okay. None of you'll make fun of me. So we've had a lot of fun, traveled all over the world, done a lot of cool stuff. And I have never seen anything bigger than what I'm going to share with you right now. So here's secret #1. This is the fastest way to create your visual avatar in seconds for free. How many of you want to learn how to create your visual avatar in seconds for free right now? Type yes in the chat if that's you, okay? So let me go ahead now. Word of warning, I'm going to do everything live. I don't like doing fake videos and go hit play and you see me hit play on a video and wasn't that demo fantastic, fully edited? No. So I do everything live. So with that, things may break, things may go weird and wonky, and I don't know what AI is going to generate. So as long as I have permission, type yes in the chat if I've got permission to go ahead and do a couple of live demos with you and show you the reality of how to clone yourself. So let me actually start with this. Let me show you what most people would do when it comes to cloning your visual avatar, okay? They'll use a tool like ChatGPT, or you can use Gemini, whatever. I'm gonna use Gemini here because it's free, okay? Notice there's an upgrade, so if you're wondering, do I have to pay for? Some of the tools you gotta pay for, I don't control that, some you don't. So I'm gonna show you all the different ones today, okay? So here's one. So if you were to say, hey, put a picture of me up here and say, hey, put this person on the moon, right? And it says, yeah, no problem. I've transported you to the lunar surface of the moon, right? And so now I'm on the moon. Like it's not impressive. This is why most people say, well, AI doesn't really do a great job of certain things. But if we know how to do things the right way, we can get dramatically different results with the exact same tool, okay? What you're gonna see right now is gonna blow your mind. So I'm gonna go over to a tool called Captivation Genius, like here, okay? And I'm just gonna clear everything out. And why don't we actually do this together so we all know it's all live, okay? And no, I am not an AI clone of Myron. We were doing a call the other day and someone was like, is this AI? I am real, I am legitimate, okay? Maybe that's why we started with the sound a little bit off so you would realize I'm a real person, okay? So here we go. #1, why don't you help me clone myself by describing a background you want for my avatar, okay? Like I used the lunar moon there, it looked terrible. So what do you guys want me to do for my background? You guys can type in the chat anything that you want me to use. It could be a beach. It could be someone wrote an aquarium in the background, ocean. Okay, so we'll say ocean in the background on the beach, okay? And then what kind of style would you like to have? So what kind of style do we want to have? Let me just add something here real quick. Let's say podcasting studio on the beach. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do a live podcast on a beach somewhere. That'd be amazing. And then we can add in any additional information that we want. You know, we could say, so let's see here, have Alaska gear on. Okay, let's do that. Have some Alaska gear on, okay? So we'll do that, and maybe some surfers in the background, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and now, so here's the big secret with AI, okay? To learn AI, you have to learn how to master, okay, prompting. And most courses, okay, what they do is you go into a course and they give you their prompt. So I would teach you all the stuff. I would teach you how to construct a prompt. That would take like a week. And then you'd be like, wow, that's very impressive. And I'm going to forget all of it. And then I'd be like, here's some of my pre-made template prompts that you can copy and use yourself. Have you all seen that? Type yes in the chat if you ever seen that, right? Let me tell you something. All that's useless. It's totally useless because it's not made for you. And so what we do, the tool I'm using, okay, it's called Captivation Genius, okay? And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And what it does is it's like having me and Myron like sitting beside you 24/7 as you use any AI tool. So imagine you were sitting down with me and you're like, Miguel, I'd love to have my twin created, my clone, and I want it to be like sitting on a beach and doing a podcast. If you told me all that and I was sitting beside you, I would help you construct this prompt, okay? Look how long this prompt is. Could any of you write this prompt by yourselves? Type yes or no in the chat. Like maybe some of you could, but it would take you a while. Like you'd have to know, like hear what it said: shot on, full frame, cinema capable camera, 50 millimeter lens, prime lens, eye level perspective, medium close up framing, chest to head shot, environment, a purpose built podcast studio set up on a beach, low modern platform, partially embedded in the sand, clean acoustic. So to get a response from AI the right way, you have to give it the right prompts. And so most courses spend so much time teaching you this. I'm going to use Captivation Genius. It's perfectly constructed the right prompt for me. And now basically I can just paste this in just like so. Now here I set it over to create image. Okay. Now I can create images. And now all I have to do is I'm just going to go ahead and say upload files, right? Now when I go and upload files, just to show me a little bit, when I go ahead and upload files, you're not going to see that screen anyway, I'm going to select some pictures of myself, okay? You're not gonna see that. Then it's gonna upload them in and then watch what happens, okay? Watch what happens. Now you saw the other image, what it created, what typical people would do. I'm gonna go ahead now, I'm gonna hit upload files, okay? I'm just choosing, like I said, a couple of pictures of myself here, okay? You may or may not see them depending on your computer and device that you're using to come on the Zoom. Now, once I have that, okay, it's just uploading these pictures right here. You see that there's a picture of me presenting on a stage, there's me wearing a worship shirt, and there's me, I think I was in Phoenix with a laptop, okay? So what I'm telling it now is, hey, here's some pictures of me, you know, and here's the prompt. Now, again, this is live, so I have no idea what it's gonna come up with, okay? And this is called Gemini. If you wanna try this later, you can. Like I said, there's a free version. You go to gemini.google.com, okay? And all I did, so you're learning today, because I wanna teach you some stuff, I clicked on the little button, I said image, and I set it to image, and then I used this prompt, okay? So I made this prompt. So a lot of people sometimes ask me, well, can I have the prompt? And like I said, this is a custom-made prompt, right? This prompt has never been executed before because we told it what we wanted it to do. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna type whoa in the chat. Like, that's pretty good. There's some surfers in the background. You guys see them there? There's a beach, the ocean, podcasting studio. I'm wearing an Alaskan parka, right? Like, so we did this live, okay? Now, so what I can do with this power, okay, just so you all know, and I don't have time to go into all that, I can create images like that, okay? I could do one a minute. In an hour, I could make 100. in 2 hours, I can make videos talking like me. I'll even, how many want to see me talking? How many would be super impressed if I took that and made it talk? Right? Like, so when you have that power, now I can create content, Instagram accounts. I can manage 10, 20, 30 Instagram accounts if I want. I can create short videos and I don't have to be in them. Okay. Right now we're hiring 6. Let me give you a real world example right now on how you can use this, even if you're a company. Okay. Right now we have 6 job openings. Okay. Different software developers, AI, like I run 3 different companies. Okay. And so I didn't want to do all the interviews like we used to do. And so I haven't even told Byron this. So what we're doing is we're using an AI system. When people apply through Indeed, I welcome them with a video of me talking, and I welcome them with their name, and it isn't even me. Type whoa if you're getting it, right? So then people go through this whole interview process with me. They record videos back and forth. So where I may get 100 applications, it filters it all down for me, gives me a score, the whole thing. This is where we're at. This is, if your company, if you're not thinking this way, like you're going to wake up one day in like 6 months even and be like, what happened to my business? Okay. So that's the power that we have when we start to learn this stuff. I did this in like 30 seconds. It took me longer to explain this to you. Okay. So now all I do is I can download the full size image. Okay. Now I'm downloading the image. I'm going to save it to my computer here. Now, once it's downloaded, I can go into a different tool, okay? And the other tool that I'm going to show you now is called HeyGen, okay? So HeyGen, what's really cool that I love about HeyGen is you can do some really cool things. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in that picture that we just made, okay? There's no way that I would have preset this up before because literally we just made it, okay? And I don't know if y'all noticed, but it even knew, like if we go back to that picture, okay? It even put Alaska in there. Did you guys notice that? Did you notice we said Alaska? It actually wrote Alaska on the jacket, which like that's the level of detail that a great prompt with Captivation Genius can give you. So now what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to drag that picture in, and now I can either just type a script of what I want it to say, or I can record audio of myself speaking. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to hit record audio, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and do this right here. Hey everybody, welcome to today's webinar. Miguel's really busy right now in the studio, but I wanted to welcome you. He's going to come on in about 10 minutes. I'm sitting here on the beach having a great time. We're about to record the podcast episode, but just so you all know, if you stick around to the end, Miguel is going to blow your mind with one of the craziest offers you have ever seen. Okay, so that's all I did. So now I'm going to hit audio just like that. I'm going to add in the audio. And now this is going to take about 10 minutes. So I'm going to come back to it later. It's going to add the audio in here. Okay, and now all I do is I select the format, and there's a bunch of different advanced settings that I could do. Okay, all I do is I hit send, and now HeyGen's going to go out. It's going to combine my picture. Okay, it's going to combine my picture and the audio, and it's going to go ahead and create an actual talking avatar of me saying what I said. Now I could spend more time and train it with my voice. We've done that with Myron, right? And then now we can just type up some script and it's going to sound just like Myron. You could do all this. And so all this stuff starts when you get started with cloning yourself. So secret number 1 was the fastest way to create your own visual AI avatar in seconds for free. And in fact, I took it a step further today, and I even showed you how to do it with video, okay? Step number 2 is editing with ChatGPT so it learns from you in record time. So this is a little more basic, but I want to take you all on this journey together. So some of you may know this, but some of you may even be saying, well, I'm advanced, and you still may not know this. And so I want to make sure you all know the secrets to ChatGPT. So I'm actually going to load it up here, and I'm going to show you some of the cool things that you can do with ChatGPT, just really quick. Okay, so first of all, let me show you how to set it up from scratch, because a lot of people kind of get this part wrong. And if you don't set it up the right way, then it's kind of always going to unfortunately give you the wrong result. Okay, so this is ChatGPT, and I'm just going to load up the preferences. Okay, so in the bottom left corner of ChatGPT, you're going to click on settings. Okay, and when you click on settings, okay, you need to go in here, and there's a bunch of different things. One of them says personalization. Okay, so I'm going to click on personalization. Now in here, I'm going to change some things. I'm going to change the base style and tone. So if I want it to be professional, I would choose professional. If I want it to be be more warm, I would choose more warm. If I want it to be less enthusiastic, I'd say less. And if you've hung out with me ever, you know I'm really enthusiastic, so I'm going to say more. Do I want to use headers and lists, or do I want more paragraph format? I like that stuff. I want to use more. Do I like emojis? Not really, so I'm going to say less of that. Now, next, what I do down here is I set up custom instructions. So here I tell it everything I possibly can about how I want it to respond. Have you all done this before? Type yes or no in the chat, okay? No if you haven't gone in and set up your personalizations. Now, once you set up all your personalizations, then it's going to start to sound like you, understand you. I'm going to discard this. I don't want this. And finally understand exactly how you behave, okay? Now, there's also other things in here you want to do, like memory, okay? All the memory in here, when you click on memory, you're going to want to make sure that reference saved memories is turned on. A lot of people have that off. You can actually go view your saved memories if you want. You click here and it kind of shows you all the saved memories. You want to give it your nickname. You want to give it your occupation, and you want to tell it more about you. And you want to tell it a whole story about you. The more you tell it about yourself, the better, okay? So that's one of the most powerful things you can do if you're going to be using ChatGPT. And by the way, all of the tools have this. Claude and every tool you use has a specific section that you got to go find where you're going to set up all the personalization settings. And if you don't do that, which believe me, I've been doing this now, training people for 3 years on AI already. Even to this day, when I share what I just shared, and then if I'm doing a one-on-one with them and I say, okay, well, let's load up your settings. Then they go, oh yeah, I knew to do that, but I never did it. How many of y'all knew to do something, but you haven't done it before? Type yes in the chat if that's ever been you. What I would tell you is when you get off this webinar, go set up your personalization, because that's really how AI is going to start working more effectively for you. Now, another thing I want to show you is how to use it more powerfully, okay? So most people, what they'll do, okay, is they'll either type in, most people type in the chat, type, if you type into chat bots, if you type, right? So like, hello, I'd like you to create an email for me, okay? That's what most people do. Can I share with you something that's instantly gonna make you 5 times more productive right now in the next minute? Can I share with you something that I'll show you, and I'm not gonna charge you anything. I can, for this one secret, once I share it to you, you're gonna be like, that was worth $5,000. Like that's how good this little secret is, okay? I'm going to show you how to write emails 10 times faster. I'm going to show you how to talk to AI 10 times quicker. I'm going to show you how to be more accurate. I'm going to show you like the craziest tool ever, okay? And it's totally free, and then if you want, you can upgrade all that kind of stuff, okay? So this is the tool, okay? It's called Whisper Flow, okay? Type in Whisper Flow in the chat. And so Whisper Flow looks like this, okay? And you just go and Google Whisper Flow and you'll see it. And what Whisper Flow does is you actually don't ever load the app itself, but I wanted to show it to you real quick. But this is the app, okay? And what it can do is basically by talking, I can talk quicker than I can write. And so it saves me crazy amounts of time. The second huge thing that it does, as you can kind of see here, okay? And these are all just sample chats and whatever. The second thing that it does, okay? The second thing that it does is, which is kind of really cool, okay? It will actually, when I hit the button on it to record audio, it saves all the audio to my local computer. Let me talk a little bit about AI security with you for a minute, okay? So when you are recording your voice into ChatGPT, you are training their AI on your voice. What? I'm going to say that again. When you record your audio into these AI programs, if you don't have a paid account or you haven't set up the settings right, you are training their AIs for free. You understand that? Type yes if that makes sense. So what I do is I use Whisper Flow so that I'm training and what's cool about Whisper Flow is it saves everything locally on my machine. It doesn't leave the space in the cloud. It doesn't go up in the cloud. It stays on my computer. So the other cool thing about this is anything that I've written in the last 8 months is shared locally on my machine. So if I'm talking to the AI about, hey, this is I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me, right? And you talk to it for like 10 minutes, which all of you should do, right? You should tell your AIs a lot about you, okay? all of that is saved locally on my computer. So if I use ChatGPT one day, it's all saved there. If I now go into a different tool like Claude Desktop or Cowork, or, people are always asking me, what's the best tool this week? And the answer is it changes almost every week right now. They're all like trying to do better than the other, right? So I have all my stuff saved locally. So I save so much time. So in order to use this, right? So what I'm going to do here is, instead of you doing the audio record here, what I can actually do is, because I have WhisperFlow, I'm just going to hit the button. Let me go ahead and share my screen. You're not going to see WhisperFlow now, but you are going to see ChatGPT. And so now what ends up happening, okay, is I can just talk to it. So let me just go ahead and do that here. Okay, so hey, what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to write an email for me promoting the Boss AI Secrets Masterclass that we're running Thursday, May 28th. I'd like you to write a really engaging story about it and get people really excited to go ahead and join the Boss AI Secrets Masterclass, where I'm going to share with them 7 secrets to mastering AI, being more effective with it, and 10xing their productivity literally in 24 hours. Okay, so now that I've done that, what WhisperFlow will do, okay, is it actually goes ahead and writes everything out for me. Okay, do y'all see that? Hey, what I'd like you to do, so all of this, for me to write that out, would have taken me a while. Now, if I kept talking to it, and I'm going slow because I'm speaking with you today, but I would probably speak faster. I would say more information. And so just installing this one tool, you can use it anywhere. You can tell it to create bullet points. It's like the super AI voice cloner that lives on your machine. So now when I go ahead and send this out now, I have not trained ChatGPT on my voice. Does that make sense? I've heard horror stories, people that are like, I didn't realize that they were training on me. Right? And so what I do, the way that we show you, is how to set everything up so that it's all private. You keep all your stuff, even the settings in ChatGPT. I'm not going to go into those details, but you got to set certain things up so that, you're not training the AI on your stuff. Okay. So now what I did here is I had it write an email. See? So what it did, it created the subject. A few years ago, people laughed at the idea of working from a laptop. So now it goes in and it's kind of selling the class, right? So it's written this whole thing out. But now here's what most people do, okay? Most people, when they're using ChatGPT, they'll start chatting with it back and forth, right? Now, I would maybe type, but because I have WhisperFlow, I would WhisperFlow back and I would say, hey, I don't like, the ending part, or can you change this? Have any of you ever done that when you've been in ChatGPT and you're like, it gives you something and you're like, hey, can you change that? Hey, can you do that? Hey, can you change that, right? So here's the problem. When you do that, you're not training the AI to look or sound like you anymore, okay? What you're doing instead is you're just wasting your time chatting with it. There's actually a secret mode that is not available unless you do this one little command, okay? And so if I go up here, you'll see I can copy this text or I can send it in an email, okay? There's no option to edit here, okay? But what if I could edit with AI, okay? And so what I'm gonna say is, can you put this to me in canvas mode, okay? Now, when I do that, it's kind of like a secret little hack that some people know that most don't. And what it does is enables this little option. You see that little arrow that wasn't there before? Now what I can do is, once it's put it into this canvas mode, okay, I can actually go in now and click on this button right here. And it's gonna open it in almost like a word editing view. And now I can edit with the AI, okay? So these are the subject line ideas I have here. So a few years ago, so like what I can do, right? I can highlight all this if I want. I can hit this button here and I can use WhisperFlow if I wanted to. And I can say, can you add another paragraph here, right? So I would just do that. And now the AI is going to go out there and it's automatically going to go ahead and start editing with me. So what's powerful about this is I'm literally editing with the AI. You can even go in here and delete. You see here, let's say I want to take this out. I can go ahead and delete this. This is incredibly powerful because now, like maybe let's say it's too long. Now I haven't fully read this, but let's just go ahead and do that. Let's say it's too long, delete that. I'm editing with the AI and the AI is now learning from me. Okay, and so now once I start doing this, the AI will become more and more effective the faster I go. So real quick, I just wanted to show all that to you. How many of you did not know that? Type no in the chat. You didn't know about preferences. You didn't know about canvas mode, okay? So those are two big secrets. So already I've shown you how to clone yourself, right, in video format. I've showed you how the video starts to work. I've shown you how to use canvas mode. I've showed you how to personalize your ChatGPT. And I gave you a huge secret called Whisper Flow, which will make you 3 to 10 times more productive as long as you start using it. And it is so, so powerful. Now, word of warning, once you start using Whisper Flow, you're going to slowly stop using the keyboard. I'm not kidding you. And you're just going to be that much more productive just with that one tool. Okay. So that was secret number 2, is kind of editing with ChatGPT so it learns from you in record time. Secret number 3 is, and this is just a big one I want to tell you more than anything, is you have to learn AI from an absolute master. Okay. Or you're going to lose months, if not years of time. Okay. And here's the deal with this one. Have you ever learned from the wrong person? Like maybe you met other people before Myron and you really didn't understand all the principles that Myron speaks. And then you listen to Myron for like, how many ever listened to Myron for like 20 minutes and you feel like you learned more than you learned in like 10 years? Type yes in the chat, it's ever been you, right? I'm raising my hand there too. I mean, I watch Myron's videos and I am like, wow, that is the master. Like that is, I need to, so what I do is I learn from the best. If I want to learn sales, I'm going to learn from the best. If I want to learn how to sell, I'm going to learn from the best. If I want to learn about offers, I'm going to learn from the best. Now, let me ask you, if you had the option to pick the best person to learn something from, would you ever learn from the second best? Type yes or no. Would you learn from the third best? No. And I tell you this because right now on the internet, there are so many people saying they're the expert in everything. Like I feel like every day I wake up and all of a sudden someone else that I know they're not an expert in something, like all of a sudden they're an expert. And I'm like, wow, okay, I hope people don't like, and bless everyone. But if you want to learn something, you got to learn from the best person. Now, here's the other crazy part about this. I read a stat the other day that said the compound effect, okay? The compound effect of you not learning AI, let me give you an example. If you wait 3 months to learn AI, every 3 months you wait, you're losing 5 years of productivity. I'm going to say that again so that it really hits home. Every 3 months you wait, meaning if it's May right now, you've waited 6 months from the beginning of this year. You've lost 10 years of productivity. Type whoa in the chat. And by the way, if you own a business or a company and you haven't fully immersed your company with AI, I don't even want to know the number. Like it's 10 years for your company. It's like for every employee. That's why when I tell you like right now is like buying Bitcoin for $1, yeah, it's like buying Bitcoin for like 50 cents because the level of insane productivity that you get just from learning to use AI the right way is staggering. It is mind-blowing how much leverage you will get if you master, but you have to master from the right person. So this isn't one of those things where you can be like, well, I'll get started next week. This is not one of those things where you can be like, well, I'll get started in a month. You have to start yesterday. Like when was the best time to start? Yesterday. Are you behind yet? No. In 6 months, will you be behind? Yes, and you'll start to feel it and you'll notice it. And I don't want that for you. So secret number 4 is learning how to do anything in a weekend. Now, before I show you that, why don't we go back to the video that we created and let's see where that video is at, okay? So remember this video, the little image that we created here? Let's go check it out. Let's go see how it did. Now, before I do that, let me go ahead and share my audio. I'm gonna go right back to sharing in 1 second. I just gotta share the sound here so that you guys can all hear it perfectly. Okay, we're gonna do that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and share. So here's the video that we created, and it took us no more than 2 minutes to get to this point because I used the Captivation Genius software. Remember, I used that? That was really the big shortcut. It was like me and Myron sitting beside you, helping you do all this. So now I'm going to hit play and watch this. Hey everybody, welcome to today's webinar. Miguel's really busy right now in the studio, but I wanted to welcome you. He's gonna come on in about 10 minutes. I'm sitting here on the beach, having a great time. We're about to record the podcast episode, but just so you all know, if you stick around to the end, Miguel is gonna blow your mind with one of the craziest offers you have ever seen. So, isn't that crazy? Like, and this is just like the tip of the iceberg. So And by the way, what I just showed you, people are like locking behind courses for like I saw one the other day was $10,000 for a 12-month program, and I saw it, and you got like professional development credits and all that stuff. But I'm going to tell you right now, I knew 2 of the trainers, and I know for a fact that they just started learning AI like 3 months ago, and it was $10,000. Like so, if you can learn all this right now, like, you will be dangerous, like in a good way, okay? Because I believe there's good danger and bad danger. You can be dangerous. You'll be able to do things that other people cannot do. You'll be able to help other people in ways that you've never, like the reason I was able to, Myron was telling you that I'm able to help him, right? We were able to work together, and Myron helps me. It's amazing. It's one of the best friendships I've ever had. I don't know if I've told Myron this, but it really is. And we connect in ways that I've never, God did it. That's my answer to everything. God did it, right? And so, but what's really cool is I was able to fully immerse myself in what we're working on right now and what we're planning on working on later because of AI. I freed up, like, just so y'all understand, okay, let me give you a little bit of background from my business, okay? I run 3 different companies. 2 are big software companies, big ones. And then I have another one that does courses, right? And so we've got about 30 employees. Back in like September, what I did is I decided I was going to challenge myself to never use my computer again, and I would create AI agents. This is before it became a word. Agents, people are talking about it now. And long story short, I created 10 clones of myself. Now I have 25. Every day, I have 25 agents. Now, sometimes there's 5 doing stuff. Sometimes there's 25 doing stuff. Sometimes there's 2 doing stuff. But every day I have I would say about 7 agents that I fully control that are perfect in every way that I have made them, right? And they work for me. You know how much it would cost me to hire 7 me's? Okay? I couldn't hire me, number one, but let's just say I paid myself $250,000. That'd be $250,000 times 10. So I'd have to pay $2.5 million to hire myself 10 times. And I couldn't even do it. I couldn't find it. You can't put a price on that. So now I have that power. So then I thought, well, wait a minute. What if I give this power to my employees? And so now all of my employees over the last 3 months, now they have their own AI clones, about 10 of them. So now my 30 people company has grown to 300 overnight. Type leverage in the chat. This is what I'm talking about, right? And so to get to this level, you have to go through a series of things. And I'm going to put Myron on a spot here, and I hope, Myron, at the end, if you don't mind coming back, and you teach this beautifully better than anybody, you can kind of frame all that, and that'd be fantastic. But what I find just absolutely crazy is that if you just take a little bit of action right now, if you only knew what you could be doing within the next 24 to 40 hours, it's absolutely mind-blowing, okay? So I showed you the video. Let's go into secret number 4, how to learn anything in a weekend. Because there's some fun stuff with AI, and then there's like the actual productivity side of AI. So here's how you could create any course you wanted, or you could learn anything you wanted literally in a weekend, okay? And it's very, very quick to do it. And I'm going to show you the secret that's just going to increase your productivity like crazy. Okay. So this is called Notebook LM. Okay. So you can go to notebooklm.google.com if you want. Okay. I don't know if it's free or not. It may be like $10 a month. I don't know. I'm not Google. Okay. But like the amount of leverage that you get for $10 these days is like nothing. And it may even be free. I don't know. But currently I'm logged into our paid account. I think it's like $10 a month. And that's just because it'll process stuff quicker so that we can do this on the demo. Okay. So just want to be fully transparent. So this is Notebook LM. Now what Notebook LM can do is it can learn anything I want in record time. Now let me show this to you. Okay. So, in the chat, okay, why don't you pick a topic that we're going to learn about today? It can be anything you want. It can be and whatever I kind of see a couple times, I'll use. Okay, it can be like learning to skydive, or pottery, or digital marketing, or making offers, whatever you want. Okay, so we can let's see here. People are yoga. Okay, yoga, securities, digital marketing, making offers, sourdough. My wife makes the most amazing sourdough. If you love sourdough, you got to ask her to make you some sourdough. Okay, fat loss, writing books. Okay, so we got a lot of cool stuff in here. So let's say we want to teach people how to write books. Okay, book writing seems like a popular one. So if I wanted to learn how to write a book in record time, I'd probably have to go. So I'd have to go buy a course, right? I'd have to go maybe watch some videos. I'd have to figure out and learn it. It would probably take me probably realistically 6 months before I finally figure out how to do it. Then once I master it and create the books and all that stuff, I may create a course on how to write your own book, right? That's kind of what I've done in my life. If I learn something, I want to teach it. I think that's a pretty biblical principle that if you are given knowledge, knowledge is meant to be shared with the universe and the world, right? And so that's kind of like one of my principles. People ask me how you've been so successful. I don't know. I kind of admire, I read the Bible, and the Bible kind of gives you all the answers. And if you just do what the Bible says, you'll have success. that is the end of my TED Talk webinar. You can leave right now, and that's all you do. You're going to have success, okay? So one of the things I've learned there is that if you learn stuff and you share your knowledge, King Solomon did that very, very effectively. Okay. And so why don't I show you right now how to learn how to write a book, how to master it in 10 minutes. We're going to learn how to write a book in 10 minutes. And then I'm going to show you how you could create a course and a freemium and a PDF and all that stuff all live right now. How do you want to learn how to do all that right now? Type yes in the chat. That sounds unbelievable, right? Now, if I show you how to do all that, how many of you are going to be a little bit interested in a little bit of an offer I'm going to make you in about probably 30 minutes or so? Type yes in the chat for that too. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to learn how to write a book in record time. By the way, what I'm going to show you can be used for so many things, learning anything you want. My kids use it literally every single day. Their marks have gone from, they're pretty smart, but they went from 90s to 98, 99%. So that's A pluses. They went from A's to A pluses. My son's graduating this year, all the awards, all the scholarships, everything. Grand part being you just have to understand this concept. I'm getting a little excited here. I hope that's okay. To win, you just have to be a little bit better than the other guy. Type yes if you agree with what I'm saying. So you don't have to be if you want to teach someone something, what I learned over the last 15, 20 years, you just have to be better than everyone else coming up. And with AI, you can be better than everybody at anything, so fast. Okay. So now that I've really pumped you up about this, let's go check this out. So we're going to learn how to write a book. So what I'm going to do first, before I go to Notebook LM, I'm going to show you another little secret that I use. I'm going to go to YouTube and again, I don't know what's going to come up. This is all live. So this is whatever. So we're going to say, I want to learn how to write a book for beginners. Okay. So I'm going to do this search. Now, typically what I would do is I'd probably start watching the 17-minute video, and then I'd go down. I'd be like, well, let's go watch this other video, and this one's 51 minutes. I'd watch the full video, and I'd be like, well, I didn't like how they taught, or I did, or I didn't really understand that concept, or this concept doesn't connect with that concept. Oh, look, I didn't even plan this, Myron. There you go. You're right on there, right? So check this out. I'm going to learn instead in 3 minutes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on all these videos. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say copy link address, just like this. Okay. Now I'm going to go back over into Notebook LM and I'm going to paste it in. Okay. Just like that. And now if I want, I can paste right into this little chat window, or I can click on copied text. I can upload websites. I can upload files from my computer. This is like a notebook file. So it's kind of like that file system. If you ever had one of those old metal filing cabinets, right? You put a file in. Some people probably still have them, right? So this is what notebooks are. It's like these little files. And I'm just going to fill the file now with whatever content that I want. I'm making my own personal knowledge AI that I control. Okay. And so I'm just going to go ahead and right click. This one's a sponsored one, but so I'm just going to go right click, copy link address, just like this. And usually I would do this a lot quicker, but we're on a webinar, so I'm explaining it all to you. Right click, copy link address, just like this. Boom, boom, go down here. And I'm just going to keep doing this. So I would do this for about 10 minutes, okay? And I would copy the best. And now, of course, I wouldn't usually click random ones. I'd look at people that I follow, that I'm interested in, all that kind of stuff. Right-click, copy link address. Right-click, copy link. Right-clicking, copy link address, go back to Notebook LM, okay? So now that I have a bunch of these all inserted, okay, I might get 10 of these, okay? I'm going to go ahead and press insert. Now, what this tool does is in milliseconds, it's going to watch the videos, read the videos, and learn. Like that. Do you see how fast that happened? Type whoa in the chat. Okay. So now all those videos were just watched by my custom AI. Okay. And it's kind of like I'm literally using a $500,000 computer, because these computers, these AIs run on these computers are $500,000, and I'm using it for free or whatever it is, $10 a month. And all I'm doing is I fed it in, and now I have the ultimate leverage, because what I have over here, and let me just click a couple buttons here because it's going to take a little bit of time, and don't worry, I'm going to explain all these to you in a second, but it's going to take a little bit of time to do all these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click them here real quick, and I'll explain them to you in a second, okay? So now what this is all going to do, and let me actually click that one too. Okay, so now what this has done, it's my own custom AI that understands how to write a book and how to write it effectively. And so what I can actually do over here is I can chat with it. So I could say, what are the 3 biggest secrets to learning to write a book for a beginner? Okay. So now, instead of using ChatGPT, which is trained on something random, what I'm doing here is I'm going to know that this AI is trained on the videos that I gave it. And it's going to go out here and it's going to go and start researching and figuring out the core secrets. So think about it this way, just for a second. Imagine if I was learning something at school, right? So just to give you some real world examples, my kids, what they do is they come home and they put everything they learned in the day into a notebook file for their individual classes. So they got 8 classes in the year. They have a folder for each one. And as new assignments are given, they put them in there. Because again, teachers are fantastic, but they don't have the time to spend with like 35 kids in a classroom. And so my kids basically come home and they load up the tool, and if they have a test, they just hit a button, and you'll see what it can do in a second. And they use this tool to learn super, super quickly. And so you can learn very complicated things very quickly. So this is how we do them. Okay. So now what this is doing, right? Let's see here. Let me start with this one. Okay. I don't know if you know what mind maps are, but they're incredibly powerful. And so this is a mind map. This is a mind map of how to write a book, okay? And if you've never used mind maps before, they're incredibly powerful because it shows you everything in a structured format. Look at this. Preparation and mindset, finding the story, character development, structure and plotting, marketing titles, writing logistics, drafting the manuscript. So it's breaking it all down. Now, if I want to know about a specific thing, right, I want to know more about the marketing and the titles. Well, I click on that and it just magically opens it up and it tells me, okay, well, within here, you got to learn about the clear title word picture, powerful subtitle promises, chapter titles, customer acquisition focus. Okay. So I can click on different areas. Okay. And I can actually go in and see all the different things. I can click on here and it'll actually, if I click on this clear title word picture, it's going to pull in the information. Now here's what's really cool. Okay. It actually has citations for every single thing that it tells you. ChatGPT doesn't do this. It just tells you, here's what I think, right? Even Claude, here's what I think, right? Like this is actually telling me the source. I can actually tell it like, hey, give me all the sources for everything. And it'll tell me all the sources to the timeline, to the minute, exactly where it's from. I can actually click on view source and it would load the YouTube video to the part where it learned that specific thing. Type whoa in the chat if you're starting to understand how powerful this tool is. Imagine doing this for business, because for business, like I can't show you those, but I have notebook files for every area of our business. And so in there, I have all the different things. I can go in there, I can chat with different areas, my finance division. That's how, when Myron was telling you the story of how the 1.4 million, I'll tell you exactly what I did. Okay. It was December, and December, usually sales are a bit slower. Well, I don't like slow. Okay. I believe like if you're not growing, you're dying. How many believe that? Type amen in the chat, right? Like if you're not growing, you're flatline, you're pretty much, it's like, that's how I am. Like if you're different, that's cool. And, God made everybody different. I love it, right? If we're all the same, it'd be different. I can't sit still. I got to be doing something constantly. Like I'm doing things, I'm learning, I'm growing. So December was going to be slow. I was like, that's not happening. Hold on a second. Myron talked about making some offers. I got to make more offers, right? Like, so he's the master. So I'm going to make more offers. I didn't know what offer to make. So I went to my Notebook LM file. I went in there and I said, hey, based on everything that you know about our business and our courses, what would be a great course that I can make in December that would do well? And it came back and it said, well, you should make an AI course. And it created the whole outline for it. Okay. Then it went further and said, would you like me to create the course for you? And so that's kind of our software, and I'll show you that. I fed it into our software, and our software created the entire course for me. And then all I had to do was just hit record and voice it over. That was it. Then I did the webinar, and I remembered I was going to sell it for like $297 or something like that. And I was like, well, if I sell it for $297, to make $1 million, I got to sell like 4,000 copies. Hold on. Like Myron said, if I just increase my prices, and here's the funny thing, like I just did what Myron told me to do. Like, and sometimes I'll talk to Myron and he'll be like, so you did what I asked you to do? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, that's crazy. And you know why it's crazy? Because sometimes, as a teacher, we'll teach things and people won't do it. Like how many of you have kids and you've told kids things and they just won't do it, right? And then maybe sometimes someone else tells them the things and you've been telling them for like 10 years and then they're telling you like it's brand new information and they start doing it, right? So I'm crazy enough that if someone like Myron tells me to do something, I do it. So then I had the webinar and we increased the price to $1,000 because I'm like, well, if we can sell at $1,000, we can sell 1,000 copies, boom, right? And so what did we do? We did that. And over the course of the webinar, basically we did the 1.4. So, but I did that all started with this tool, okay? So because with this tool, I can break down concepts, right? It literally broke down the concepts of my AI course and I could drill in and it helped me make it better. So it wasn't like it was just making it for me because I believe the secret to AI is AI plus humanity. That's what gives it the soul, okay? Without the humanity part, it's soulless, okay? So what I do is I use it, right, as a tool, as a weapon to be more successful, more productive, and get my ideas out there, right? Just like I added YouTube videos for when I created the AI course, I added my own videos that I had on my computer and analyzed those videos, okay? So now that I have all this, I can drill into all these different things. I can learn any concept that I want. And now if I want to really learn it, the next thing I could do is I could go into flashcards, okay? So flashcards are incredibly powerful, and it's created a bunch of flashcards for me, okay? Imagine having flashcards for any topic that you want, okay? Why might starting with a full outline or rigid world building hinder a new writer's process? If I don't know, I say see answer. And it says, well, it can stifle the creative discovery by assuming the writer already knows the story when they want to tell, okay? So let's say I got that one wrong. I go to the next one. What is a character premise in the context of starting a novel? Okay. If I don't know, I hit see answer. It's an emotional engine focused on what a character desperately wants but cannot have. Okay. So as I go through this, I start to learn, and it's created 53 flashcards. So again, I'm just telling you the reality. All my kids do is they have a test. They go in here, they make a flashcards. They're done studying in about 10, 15 minutes, and they get like 95%, A+. Done. So if you've got kids or you know people in school, college, whatever, like give them this tool, like it's game over. They're an A student. That's it. Like if they can click a couple buttons. Okay. And so take it a step further, it'll actually quiz you as well. It'll create quizzes. Imagine having custom quizzes about your own data, your own stuff, your own courses that you've made, right? So according to the plottery, what is a common mistake newer writers make regarding to the story preparation? Okay, overloading the story prep before discovering the actual story writing. And so if you don't know the answer, right, you always go with C. Well, that wasn't right. So it's A, overloading story prep before discovering the actual story through the writing, okay? And if you don't know why that was true, you can click on explain and it'll explain this to you. Okay. Then I would go to the next one. Myron suggests that the best-selling book title should be which of the following? A clever riddle that intrigues the reader's curiosity, a single powerful word that evokes strong emotion, a catchy phrase designed to trend on social media, or a clear word picture that immediately communicates the topic. And because we're on Myron's, hey, in the chat, why don't we type a letter of what do you think Myron said? A, B, C, or D? Let's see here. We got D's, D. We got a C. Got some A's. I'm seeing mostly D's. Okay. So we're going to go with D. Let's see how well you know if you've watched the video. That's correct. A clear word picture that immediately communicates the book's topic. So I'm learning now. How many of you are learning right now? Type learning in the chat, right? So this tool is incredibly powerful because you can do flashcards. You can create mind maps. You can create quizzes, okay? Now, even further, I'll tell you a little secret. Let's say I wanted to make a course about, let's say I had a course on how to become an author. Okay, let me show you one of my best strategies to drive free traffic, okay? If you don't want to run ads and you want to drive free traffic to an offer, let's say you've worked really hard, you have an offer, but you're not getting the people to view the offer, okay? One of the biggest secrets that I find is I don't know if you read the book Blue Ocean, Red Ocean Strategy, but you got to find a blue ocean, okay? And so a blue ocean is somewhere where people really aren't that much these days, but there still are a lot of people, okay? and people willing to spend money. Do you know where there's not a lot of people, like marketers, like I'm going to give this away and all the marketers are going to flood here, but where there's not a lot of marketers right now, but there are a lot of people, and there's a blue ocean. How many of you want to know this secret? Type secret in the chat and I'll share it with you. I usually share this in the course, but I'll share it to you live right now. This is where you can grab free traffic and drive free traffic to your offers and not pay a penny, okay? Okay, so that place where marketers aren't too much right now is Pinterest. Type Pinterest in the chat. And Pinterest, what's really cool about Pinterest is it doesn't take much to go viral on Pinterest. You just have to have a really cool infographic that teaches something that no one else has taught before. Now, if you can make a really cool infographic, then guess what? You can post that on Pinterest. And when you post it, you do a little bit of a write-up. You put a link to find out more. And that drives free traffic. And as people repin it and repost it, all of a sudden you're getting free traffic to your offer. Again, there's not a lot of marketers there. So it's very, very, like, I would say it's one of those places that is still untapped for marketers and they're really not using it too much. And I use it all the time. Okay. I don't usually do a lot of social medias or YouTube, and I'm going to be getting into that a lot more, but Pinterest is a very easy where you can post something and it just takes off. Okay. And so what we need to do though is make an infographic. Well, let's say I don't know how to make an infographic about this topic and I want to make it in seconds. All I would do is I click on infographic here. Now in infographic, I can actually choose the style that I want. So I could like make it with Lego blocks if I wanted to, scientific, however I want. And then I would just hit generate. Now, if I wanted to describe the infographic more, I could be like, yeah, I want this to be, especially for beginners, showing them the yellow brick road to writing their first book. Okay, so I could do that, and then I hit generate, and what this will do is it'll take everything I just told it, take all the knowledge, and create an infographic from it. Now, earlier on, because that takes about 10 minutes, what I did is I hit the button about 10 minutes ago, just so you could see, and it created one without me telling it what I wanted, okay? It's called From Spark to Story Blueprint, okay? Watch this. I hit this button and it's generated an infographic for me that has never been made before. From Spark to Story, a master blueprint for your first novel. A strategic guide to aspiring authors transform their vague ideas into impactful manuscripts. Phase 1, building the strategic foundation. Phase 2, mastering the drafting process. And it's got all the details, all the things in here. Let me ask you a question. If you were looking to learn to write a book and you saw this infographic on social media or Pinterest, how many of you would right click and hit bookmark or save this image if you were looking for this type of content? Type me in the chat, right? Type me in the chat if that's you. So now I have a way, and I'm doing a live webinar in front of thousands of people watching this right now, and I've been able to do this, okay? And now all I would have to do is right click, save this image, load up Pinterest, post it in, and then send people to my offer. Okay, this is the power that you have inside of you that's just locked by not knowing how to use all of these insane, crazy tools. Now, here's another one. Let's say I wanted to make a slide deck. Okay, so let's say, for example, I wanted to present maybe on a webinar or something about a specific topic. Okay, or if you're in school and you got to present on something, this can actually make all of the slides for you as well. I'm going to show you some other tools to do that even better, but just to show you it's all in this tool here, I can click right here on this option, okay, and look what it's done. Look how amazing this looks, guys. The bestseller blueprint, a masterclass on writing, structuring, and publishing your first book, right? How many of you if you joined a webinar and it was like $97 to learn how to write a book and someone had slides like these, how many of you would be blown away, right? And now they start teaching. Well, the first thing I want to teach you guys is goal and audience, right? And the passion project, right? Like, so understand that to make slides like this, like how long would it have taken you to make slides like this in Canva? A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a year? Never? It's impossible, right? Like, so I now have the ability to have a tool that if I say I want a course on XYZ, it can create all of the artifacts that I need in record time, right? And I can teach this concept now. I could teach this concept, right? The character iceberg, editor knows. I can teach on all these different things, right? The midpoint slump, right? So obviously, and this is where I usually say, with great power comes great responsibility. This tool is powerful because it can teach you things and you can create courses from it. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. It can do so much more. Here's another thing it can do. This is really powerful, and I'll end this Notebook LM portion with this. It can even create podcasts for you. How many of you have ever thought about creating a podcast? Type me in the chat. Okay, have you ever thought about creating a podcast? Well, imagine if you could use AI to create the podcast for you, and then you just upload the audio files and you have a podcast on whatever topic you want. And all you do is you feed the notebook file, whatever you want it to talk about, and then just creates the audio. Okay. Notebook LM allows you to do that. I'm going to play for you something right now that is, they're not real people. I'm going to hit play on this and you're going to be like, who are those people? They're not real. Okay. And they created a podcast for us literally while we were sitting here about the topic that you picked. Okay. This is almost like mass magician type stuff now. Like I'm showing you all the little secrets. So watch this. I'm going to go back to my Notebook LM. And I'm going to go over to the mechanics of writing. Okay. And this is the podcast that it created. Now, I could have been specific about what I wanted. Again, the little arrow here, you can choose exactly what you want, debate style, deep dive, brief, whatever. So I just had it create one, just what it thought would be great. So let me go ahead and hit play on this. Okay.
There's really nothing quite as universally intimidating as a blinking cursor on a blank white screen.
Oh, yeah. Totally terrifying.
Right. It just sits there. It's flashing, and it's basically demanding that you bring order to complete and utter chaos.
Which, by the way, is a massive cognitive load.
Yeah.
I mean, your brain literally perceives that void as a threat because it lacks parameters.
Yeah.
It's asking you to, build a universe from scratch, whether that universe is a sprawling fantasy series or...
Now, here's the cool thing. I could fast forward this if I wanted to. I can make it go quicker. I could go like 2x. I could jump to the middle.
Even Jerry Jenkins, who admits he's a pantser himself, concedes that even pantsers need a rough destination.
Right. You can't just wander aimlessly forever.
Exactly. You need to know roughly where the vehicle is heading, even if it's just jotted down on a single sheet of paper.
Now, you can combine these tools. I don't have time to do this, but the other day I was playing. You can actually take this audio, put it into HeyGen with two people, and now you have two live people talking on a video podcast. What? Okay, so let me rewind a little bit. I don't have time to explain all the details and how to do it all properly, right? So I know in the chat's blowing up. So I want to explain this concept real clear, okay? I teach AI plus humanity, okay? I want to be very clear on that. Yes, can you just go get AI to create AI garbage? 100%, okay? Don't do that. With great power comes great responsibility. And so a lot of what we teach in our courses and our communities is exactly how to add that human element, because that's what makes it magical. And in about 10 minutes, we're going to do one of those AI plus humanity things. You're all going to feel it. I'm not going to tell you what the demo is yet. You're all going to feel it. Like little hairs on your arms are going to pop up, and you're going to understand exactly what AI plus humanity is all about. And that's where the secret area is. See, because when things come, I used to say marketers ruin everything. Type LOL if you know what I'm talking about. And what I mean by that is something gets popular like social media, marketers come in and they just start posting garbage everywhere, right? Or I used to be in network marketing, beautiful industry, but then you had certain people that would come in and message 1,000 people, say like, hey, I'm selling this thing, and they're doing it all the wrong ways, right? That's why I love Myron and Russell and the people that I connect with, because they're doing everything the right way, right? It's beautiful. Like when you see someone doing what they were meant to do and created, how many of you, like when you watch Myron, you're like, that's my guy. Like he's doing what he was created to do, right? And one day God's going to be like, well done, good and faithful servant. Like that's what we should all do. Right? Because like when you're doing what you were meant to do, you light up like a Christmas tree, right? And so when you use AI plus humanity, wow, like that's the secret. So like I presented AI stuff to pastors and like all over the place. And a lot of times, just so you understand, is like they're worried about like well, what about the human side? You got to view it this way. AI is kind of like the next evolution of computers, right? You wouldn't not use computers. Like, think about it this. All the people that said, well, I'm not going to use the internet or I'm not going to use the computers, how well did that work out for them? I could give you a list. Ever heard of Blockbuster Video? Right? Like, I'm telling you, like, this is where the world is headed, but it's up to us to add the human element. And if you add the human element, it's absolutely, I think, a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay. And you can do beautiful, beautiful things. And yes, of course, just so you know, social platforms are deleting AI garbage. They're not deleting good AI. There are channels that are just AI, but they are deleting AI garbage. Type yes in the chat, that makes sense. And so what we teach you to do is do stuff that is not AI garbage, because that would be pointless. Like no one wants that. You don't want that, right? I'm sure you've seen some AI videos that are terrible and you've seen some that are good. And so you want to be able to do the ones that are great, okay? So secret number 5 is basically having the AI do all your Christmas shopping. You can have AI do things like go buy groceries for you. You can have AI do like just an insane amount of things. Like it's absolutely ludicrous, like what you can do once you start kind of figuring out all the different secrets of it. How many of you want to see this like live? Let me just type yes in the chat. You want to see how AI could do this for you, okay? Let me show you right now live. So I'm going to go into a different tool, and this can be done in so many different browsers. I'm just going to use one that I like, that's simple, and it's not available in every area, so you may not be able to get it, but just know you can do this in almost any browser. So I'm just going to show you this as an example, and this is really agentic. We're going to get into some agentic stuff here. Okay, so this one's called Atlas. Okay, so it's just an Atlas browser. And so all I'm going to do here is I'm going to click this button right here, and I'm going to set it to agent mode, okay? And now right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my whisper flow, and I'm going to tell it to do something for me, okay? So here we go. Hey, so I need to do some shopping for the summer for 3 people. I'm going to give you those 3 people. One is my beautiful wife. I want to get her some new travel gear. I want to spend about $500 or less. I want you to research the best travel gear. And once you have that and you figured it out, I want you to add it to my Amazon.ca cart. Go in there and you can add it to my Amazon.ca cart. Don't check out. I want to be able to do the final say. Secondly, I need to buy something for my son who's graduating. I want to buy him a really cool gift. It can be $500 or less. He's into technology and he's got a YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff. So find a cool tech gadget that I can get my son. And then the third thing I need to buy is something for my father for Father's Day. He really likes Bruce Lee movies. He loves, all those 80s, No Retreat, No Surrender. He loves all those things. And so I'd love it if you could do a research and figure out like something cool that we could buy him for Father's Day. It could be about $500 or less as well. So once you've researched and figured out all the best gift ideas, can you just go ahead, find them on Amazon? They have to be available on Amazon.ca. Add them to my cart. Thank you so much. Okay, so what I just did there, okay, is I used Whisper Flow, right, to basically go ahead now and look at this, okay? It actually went and added numbers 1, number 2, number 3. It would have taken me forever to write all this out, okay? So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this little send button here. And now what this is going to do is it's going to say off and running, and it's going to start researching all of the different ideas for me. Now, again, this is humanity plus AI, right? I didn't say I need 3 gifts, done, go do it for me. What I actually told it to do is I gave it a description of the things that I wanted. This is what I'm telling you. This is the evolution of computers. And if you're thinking, well, this is kind of cheating, yes, but it's the same. Like, how many of you have ever gone to like Google and searched gift ideas? And then you opened up a bunch of tabs and you started researching. Have you ever done that? Type yes or yes in the chat. Okay. That's all I'm doing here is just, I'm not having to do all those parts. I'm still doing all the research, but I'm getting the AI, the evolution to do it for me. Does that make sense? Type yes, the chat makes sense. So it's just the new way of doing it. And if you're not doing it this way, you're just losing so much time. So here's, by the way, I should have left it on. My hands are up here. The computer has taken over. Y'all see that? Like the computer has taken over. It is in my Amazon account. It is adding things to my cart. It's researching this specific thing. I don't have to do this. I could walk away right now. Like I could leave. I could go do something else. I could have said I need gifts for 10 people, right? And I want them all to be different. And it's going to go. It's researching. It's reading. I am not doing this, okay? The AI is figuring it all out for me. I can go and do other things. I can go spend time with my family. I can go have a great call with Myron and get fired up. I can go talk to my team. Like I'm getting my time back. I'll tell you right now, with the AI that I do, I'm getting like 30, 40 hours a week back. Like literally. Okay. With our course, you'll get back like 10 to 15. Boom, done. Okay. But like when you take it to the next level, like I'm not doing nothing. Okay. Now watch this. Next thing, let's just say that I was going to make dinner for my family today. Let's say I was going to do that. Okay. So what I would do over here is, I don't know how to make a cook very well. My wife's an amazing cook. So here's what I'll do. I totally forgot. I have to cook dinner tonight, and I'm not a great cook. Can you do me a favor? We need meals for 5 people in my family. Can we make them some pesto tortellini tonight? And so what I want you to do is research the best pesto tortellini recipe. Use Instacart, my Instacart account. I'm at 222 Martin. It's already set up to the right place. I'm at 222 Martin Avenue in Winnipeg. And then what you could do is figure out all the ingredients, make it as fast as possible for me to make pesto tortellini. I'd also like to make a Caesar salad. And then if you can get some plates and napkins and all that, because I don't want to have to do dishes after, because we've got some stuff to do tonight. So if you could do that for me, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, so now I hit that button, and now Whisper Flow again. It's all saved on my computer. I'm going to go ahead and put this into agent mode, just like this, agent mode, and I'm going to send this off. Now, if I go back over to here, you'll see over here, it's actually still doing the Amazon stuff. It's finding the right products. It's adding different things. It's on to like, it looks like the next gift, right? So it's going to go ahead and do that. Over here now, I got this. Look at this. My hands are up here. It's already loaded up Instacart. It's preparing to research some recipes, right? So it's doing the research in the background. And then the AI is controlling my browser. It's controlling, by the way, that is not my real address. Just so you know, don't send anything there. That is not my real address. I don't know who lives there. I don't even know if it's a real address, okay? So it's doing all the research and it's figuring it out. It even figured out which store to use. I don't know if you saw that in the chat. It was like, oh, we're going to use this store because it's the closest that saves money. It knew about the fees. It's scrolling for me. It's finding the ingredients for me. It's going to add them to my cart, and they're going to ship and come to my house. Let me tell you the next level of this. What you can actually do now is you can take a picture of your fridge when it's full, then take a picture of it when it's empty, and then say, hey, can you add everything in my cart that's missing from my fridge? What? Are you getting what I'm saying? Are you getting what I'm saying? If you've ever spent an hour or two figuring out what you need to buy, you can now go take a picture now, a picture after. It adds everything into your cart, done. And if you still want to go to the store, you can. You just print out what was missing. You could even tell it, can you tell me what's missing? Done. Like the level of power that you have right now. Like, look, it's researching now. It's adding a couple of things, and it's researching the best sauces for me, while this other tab is adding all the things to my cart for me. And it found the coolest gift for my dad now, it looks like, right? So we can go to the checkout, proceed to checkout. Look at this. It found remember I was telling it, my dad likes Bruce Lee. So it found Bruce Lee's greatest hits, $132. It's like, are you blown away? Are you blown away yet? Type blown away in the chat if you're blown away. I hope you are. Like, and I'm showing all this to you, like, and this stuff is available like to you right now if you just know how to use it, if you know how to make the account, if you know, like, of course, there's a couple little secrets here and there, but I mean the power that we have right now once we start to master AI. This is why if you wait 3 months to use it, you've lost 5 years of productivity. Okay, I showed you how to make your AI on avatars and your voices and your clones. I showed you all this stuff. I want to show you one more cool thing. Let's have a little bit of fun here. Okay, I'm going to show you for fun. I'm going to show you how you can make a hit song. And the reason you want to learn how to make hit songs, number one, it's super fun. Okay. Now, most people say, well, AI music doesn't sound good. It sounds like AI. It's not great. I just heard someone say that 2 days ago. They were like, oh, this song sounds like not good. It sounds terrible. There's a reason for that, because they're not adding the humanity. Okay, so we're going to add the humanity, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can make a hit song. And I've done this. I have songs on Spotify. If you joined earlier, you heard some of the music. How many of you heard the music at the beginning of this webinar? That was all AI music. That was AI plus humanity that we created. Okay, so let me show you kind of how all that works. And why don't we do one together? How many want to make a song together with me? Well, we'll write the lyrics together and we'll create this incredible, cool thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my Captivation Genius tool, and I'm going to go into music creation, and I'm going to go into Hit Music Maker. Now, just so you know a little bit about Captivation Genius, it's got all these applets that you can use, okay? If you want to create emails, if you want to create courses, if you want to create anything you want to make, okay? You go in here and it creates the perfect AI output. So like I said, it's like me sitting beside you. So if you said, Miguel, help me make a hit song, okay, this is what I would tell you to do, okay? So we're going to go to the hit music creator here, okay? And I'm actually going to just clear all this stuff out. Okay, so the first question, what genre of music do you guys want to produce today? In the chat, type a genre, like country. You can type an artist if you want. Anything you want. In the chat, type it in, whatever you want. Okay, so I got some worship. I like that, so we'll do worship. Music, let's see, with Christian rock type feel. Maybe we'll go with like so we can say people's names in here too. We got like CC, we got a lot of that. We got Linkin Park, we got some Michael Jackson. Let's do Michael Jackson. Let's do something fun. Michael Jackson type feel with Brandon Lake. Okay, how's that? Type whoa in the chat if you know. Let's see what comes up with. I don't know how this is gonna come up, but we're gonna try it. Okay, what is your song about? Now this is the cool part. This is all the humanity element. We're not just gonna say AI, go make me a song. Okay, we're gonna say, hey AI, we want a worship Christian rock type feel, Michael Jackson mixed in with Brandon Lake. I guarantee you, no one's ever typed that in before. Okay, and then what is your song about? Now we can type whatever we want it to be about, right? So let's see what you guys got. It's going to be about love of the Father, okay? It's going to be about, let's see, what else we got on here? We got some of that. We got, some people are saying like AI master class. Let's say family legacy. I'm going to summarize a couple of the ones you guys said. So let's say like achieving, even if you spell wrong, it's fine. Achieving victory and success through some adversity. Okay. What else we got on there? Be who you were created to be. Be who you were created to be, okay? And so now we've got to telling you a little bit about what we want the song to be about, okay? Now you could say anything in here. You could say, I want the song to be about the walls of Jericho coming crashing down in the style, like you could use whisper flow to talk to this for 10 minutes if you wanted to, but we're in a live demo, so I'm not going to do all that, okay? Now, are there any words that you'd like to include? Any words that you guys want to include in here? We're going to include Jesus, okay? We're going to include Father. Let's see what else we got in here. We've got confidence, sacrifice. Let's say, does it do instrumental as well? It'll do everything. Absolutely. Right, fiat convertible. That's awesome. I like my provider. That's good. My provider. And let's say, we'll add something in here. Our webinar is called Boss AI Secrets, so let's add boss moves in here, okay? Boss moves. We'll add that in, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and hit generate lyrics. Now, here's the key that I want you to understand. Behind the scenes, okay, what my tool does here that I built, like I said, it's me sitting beside you, is it is a prompt that is about, I don't even know, 7-8 pages long, that will now go and do deep research on Michael Jackson's style, on Brandon Lake's style, on the worship music. It's going to go and figure things out. It's going to come up. It's going to think about what beats per minute should it be, what style, like all the intricacies that if you don't tell the AI the right thing, you end up with AI garbage, okay? So hopefully you're understanding, right? So now I'm going to hit generate lyrics, and now my tool is going to do all that, right? So it's going to come up with the title of the song, Born for Victory, okay? It's going to come up with the genre, worship music with Christian rock feel, modern pop right gospel groove, okay? Tempo, it's going to be, tempo is 104 to 112 beats per minute, okay? It's going to give me the verse. It's going to lay out the song the way that a hit song would work, because I told it to find hit songs, for the words. Look at this, love of the Father, hold me. Pretty cool, okay? We're going to go back to that in a second. The style, okay? It's figured out the style, modern worship pop, gospel funk groove, 4 on floor kick, tight snare. It's figured out It's literally figured out the style that is required. So now what I can actually do, which is really cool, okay, I'm going to scroll up to the top here. And I'm going to go ahead now, and where it's got lyrics, I'm just going to copy that. Now, I'm going to go into a tool here called Suno, okay? And there's free accounts on Suno. You can make, I think, 4 songs, whatever, for free. And I think you can even do 1 a day for free. Like, it's not expensive. And I think if you want to use it, my kids have accounts. It's like $10 a month. They got nothing crazy. So I'm going to go to lyrics, and I'm going to paste in the lyrics that came from Captivation Genius. Okay, this is the secret. Okay, I'm not just telling it to go generate some random stuff. If it did, it would be terrible. This is what most people are doing. They're hitting generate lyrics, generate style, and then it sounds like AI garbage, I call it. Okay, so what we're doing is we're not doing that. We're adding the humanity element. Then I'm going to choose the style here. I'm going to right click this, and I'm going to copy. Okay, then I'm going to go back over to the tool. Okay, so I'm going to go back over now into Suno. And if I go here on the styles, I'm going to just paste in the style just like that. Now, all I have to do now here is I'm going to go ahead and hit create. Now, when I hit create, it's going to take the lyrics that Captivation Genius over here created. Okay, it's going to take the lyrics. It's going to take the style. Okay, and then it's going to start producing the song for me right here. Mama Prayed in the Kitchen, it's called, okay? And it's going to look at it, and then it's going to analyze it, and then it may even change the name. So now it's like, oh no, it sounds more like Kitchen Holy Fire. So I don't know, like, again, AI comes up with its own stuff. Again, I don't know what it's going to make yet, right? I haven't like really fully trained it. We kind of just spent a little bit of time. But once it's done, okay, it's going to go ahead and I can rename the song. I can rename it to Born for Victory after. It's very simple to do that, right? So I would just right click, copy this. I go over here, and then over here, I can edit and I can rename and I can do all that stuff. Now, once it's done, right? Once it's done doing all this stuff, I can actually hit play and start listening to it. Now, it's going to take about another minute or so, and it's going to be done making the song. How many of you are excited? How many want to hear this? Type yes in the chat. You want to hear what it comes up with, okay? Now, again, I've shown you up until this point, I've shown you so many crazy things you can do with AI, and I haven't even gotten started yet. This is just like the tip of the iceberg. Imagine what you could learn if you just focused on this for just a couple of days. Like, you would have so much skills, so much power. It's crazy. So let me go ahead and let's hear what this song sounds like. Okay, this song, we're going to see what it sounds like. And let me go ahead and share this here. And so we're going to go ahead and hit play. Now, again, caveat everywhere. I haven't heard it before. I don't know what it's going to say. We're going to see what it says. It should sound pretty close to what we told it to do, okay? Because we gave it perfect instructions. Let's see.
Kitchen, Daddy worked through the midnight. I saw faith in the small things. I learned to stand upright. I carry that holy fire in my chest, in my bones. Grace wrote my family story. Now I'm walking it home. When the pressure tries to name me, you call me by my true name. I don't fight for my future, I fight from victory's place. Love of the Father, hold me. How many of you are blown away right now? How many of you are blown away?
I mean, you want to, like, y'all seeing that it sounds, it's even adding the words. Y'all catch the boss moves part? Isn't that cool? There's about 1 minute left. Do you guys want to hear the end of it? This is what's really cool. It's not just a song. It's figured out what the hit songs are. It's kind of infused Michael Jackson. Do you guys feel Michael Jackson in there? Right? Do y'all feel that? I can almost feel it, right? Obviously, we're not allowed to clone people's voices. That's not allowed. But we can add the feeling in. It's even added a little bit of the Brandon Lake flair. Like I'm actually mind blown right now. If you're not, I don't know, nothing's gonna blow your mind, but like, this is crazy. I gotta hear the end of it. Is that okay? Type yes if you want to hear the end of the song, and then we'll move on. And I'm going to show you something even crazier to finish off. Okay, so let's just finish the end of the song here. Oh, let's go here.
The song in me, and it rolls through the crowd. Every star is a banner. Every tear turns to praise. You turn battles to blessings. You make rivers in graves. When my hands feel empty, you remind me I'm held. Your word is my inheritance. Your love is my wealth. Oh, love of the Father, hold me, hold me. Love of the Father, lead. Jesus, you go before me. Hey, I become what you see. Oh, love of the Father, power, power. Love of the Father, truth. Oh, I'm walking in my calling, making boss moves with you.
Here comes the part. Here comes the close.
Hey, 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 hey. Father, my provider, you never let me down. Hey, Father, hey, my provider, you put my feet on ground. Oh, I was made for your glory. I was shaped by your grace. I was born for this moment. I will run in my lane. Father, hey, my provider, you never let me down. Love of the Father, hold me, hold me. Love of the Father, lead. Jesus, you go before me. Oh, I become what you see. Love of the Father, power. Love of the Father, truth. Oh, I'm walking in my calling. Whoa, making boss moves with you. Love of the Father, hold me, hold me. Love of the Father, lead. Jesus, you go before me. Oh, I become what you see. Love of the Father, hold me. Love of the Father, through Father, my provider. I give my life to you.
Whoa, wasn't that great? Like how many had shivers? So that's what I'm trying to show you. That's AI plus humanity. The world doesn't know like what is possible with AI. And it's just that song. I feel like I gotta say amen. That was a worship tune. I'm gonna add that. How many of y'all want that song, by the way? If we send it to you, maybe what I'll do is I'll publish that song somewhere, and I'll ask Myron if that's okay, and then we'll send you all the link out that want to join up and get started, or we'll figure out how we do that. But anyway, so that's just some of the things that you can do with AI. And, I could sit here spending more time showing even more things. I mean, it's just insane. You can create your own courses with AI. For example, with Captivation Genius, one of the last things I'll show you, like you can create books. If you wanted to write a book, you can write a book in here. You can create freemiums if you want to have freemium downloads. You can create full course content, courses. You can say, hey, I want you to help me plan out a course, and it will literally figure out the best courses that you could sell. Like a lot of people get stuck. Well, I don't know what course to create. How many of you have ever wondered like what course you should make? How many of you wanted to make a course at some point and you never made one because you were just thinking about it too long? Type me in the chat. That's you, right? You can go into Cap Genius. You can just be like, you know what? I need to figure out what my course should be. So I click in here and I say, something like this. I need a course that teaches AI secrets in record time for a beginner. I could say I want it to be a medium ticket, right? Whatever it is that you teach, you could just do anything, right? Like I teach digital marketers, or I teach like families how to reunite, whatever it is, right? Then all I do, I hit generate content. I hit the button just like so, right? And by the way, did you see what was in there? Type yes if you saw what was in there. Like this where it says teaching AI secrets. This is the tool that I ran. Remember the story I was telling you that where I didn't know what to do, right? And this is the tool I ran that helped me create my offer, right? And then it gave me the price of $297. Now it didn't know what Myron knows. And so I said, well, why don't we charge $1,000 for it? This is the tool that literally helped me make $1.4 million in a 90-minute webinar because it gave me the ideas for the courses, right? So this tells me the course ideas. Because this is like me sitting beside you. This isn't you using ChatGPT. ChatGPT can't do this, right? So this is like me sitting beside you and you ask me, hey, Miguel, what should I do for this and how much should I charge for it, right? So here, a beginner's guide to ethics in AI, right? Here's another course, AI Project Bootcamp. Build your first AI app in 30 days. Quick Start AI, beginner's guide to understanding AI trends, right? So there's all these different course ideas that you could make. Learn the secrets of artificial intelligence in days, right? So what I can do now is watch this. I can just copy all this just like this, right? I'm just going to copy that as the idea that I'm going to use. I'm going to go back to the course system and I can now go into the course creation secrets planner, or the masterclass creator, or a pre-launch wizard. So like I could generate master classes from this. So like in here, I could be like, what's the name of the course I'm going to make? What's the subject of the course? So basically I just put it in AIC. I'm just copying from one tool to the other, right? So I'm just copying this from the other tool into here. And I'm just saying it's in AI, right? And then I hit generate content. And now this tool is going to go out there and literally create my course for me. It's researching all the stuff. Course name, AI essentials, course description, learning outcome, course lessons. Now it's going to break out the entire lessons for me. Isn't that crazy? Like, so this is how I created my AI course. I literally went in here and I was like, I want to make a course about this. Okay, this is how much you should charge. This is what should be in it. And then it laid out all the lessons. And like, it just does the whole thing for you. Now, what's really cool is you can actually hit another button and it'll generate like 30, 40 pages, right? You can do as many as you want, right? And it's kind of crazy what you can do. And now once you have all this, you can be like, well, I need some slides for it, right? All you would do is like, and again, this is a really quick one just because we're on a demo. And I'm going to go over to Gamma. Okay. So Gamma is another tool that you may want to use. There's a free one as well. So it's gamma.app, GAMMA.app. Okay. And I go in here, I hit generate. And I basically just paste in what the other tool told me to paste in. I hit edit, just like this. The tool analyzes everything that was created for the course, right? And then now all I do is I hit generate right here. And this tool will now go out there and generate the slides for me based on whatever I give it. So it's going to go, and it's way faster than Canva. Like, check this out. It's literally writing out the entire course for me. Type whoa in the chat. So in just a few minutes, like with Captivation Genius, I came up with the idea for the course. I had to create the course. Then I went into Gamma and I told Gamma to make all the slides for the course. Is this making sense? Like, if you're not using what I'm telling you, you are basically trying to build a business with a pen and not even a pen. You're using ink and paper. And meanwhile, other people are using high-tech internet machines. Like, you're so far behind if you're not leveraging all these things. Plus, here's the other crazy thing about AI is I actually would impress upon you that you've probably learned everything you need to learn about how to build businesses online with Myron. Here's a little tricky part with it. Many of you know what to do, but you don't have the time to do it. What? That kind of melts my face a little bit, doesn't it? Think about that for a minute. Doesn't that like how many of you probably know what you should be doing in a lot of areas in your life, but you just don't have time to do it? This is the one thing that I've ever seen in my life that is not, I'm not even making income claims or nothing. I'm telling you, this will give you back time. What you choose to do with the time, that's all on you. But in 1 hour, basically, I created images. I created a talking head video. I cloned myself, all while talking to you on a webinar, managing crazy screens and Zooms and all this kind of stuff's going on, like a one-man banjo over here. And I created a hit song for you. I showed you how you could learn anything in a minute. We created courses, like the infographics, podcasts, like you can do absolutely anything when you add humanity plus AI. Let me ask you one more question. Have I earned your time to kind of share with you real quick something that I'm doing very special with Myron? Type yes in the chat if you're okay with that, okay? And so I really want to show you kind of the biggest secret that I have ever seen, okay, to AI. And I'm telling you this because in a second, I'll even show you the community. Like this course is, and the system, it's not even a course, it's a system that we've created, okay? And it's called Boss AI Secrets System. It's the only AI system that you're ever gonna need, okay, to increase your productivity and create an income online. And what's really cool is not only does it, like everything I showed you right now is like a little sliver of what you're gonna learn in this course. Like it goes into like, there's like, I don't even know how many videos are in here, okay? And it goes into everything in detail. And I explain it very slowly and I pause and you can play and pause. And the other cool thing is we're including a community with it, okay? It's a full-on community that you get to access, which is actually kind of nuts. Like what you can actually do inside of this community. How many want to see behind the scenes? Y'all want to see behind the scenes? Like people never show the course and the content in the communities behind the scenes. They always hide it. And like, if you get started, you'll get access. How many want to see it right now? Type yes in the chat you want to see it. Okay. So let me go ahead and share that. Okay. And there's just so many things in here. Like this is literally right now people posting all the time. You can kind of see the leaderboards in here. Gamma is the real deal, right? Like they're like doing all these things and they're having success. You know, Claude Desktop, they're having like open office hours replay. So, well, yeah, one of the cool things that we do in here, by the way, is if you decide to get started, we're doing open office hour calls. So we actually give you not only the system, but the community, but also you can join. How many of you would love it if you had access to my AI expert team on a bi-weekly basis? Just so you know, if you had access to my bi-weekly team on a weekly basis, each call would cost you $1,000 to join each call. So that's in a month. It'd be $2,000 to join each individual call. You get access to my top AI team, like, and they go through everything with you. I mean, it's kind of bonkers what we do. Okay. And so we do this every 2 weeks. And we answer all your questions as you're having, you know, because you're going to have things come up. Boom in the new company creation. Like there's just people winning like constantly, right? Just so many people in here. Faceless IG and music content creation. Like they're literally people in here. I don't want to share too much. They're showing what they're actually doing and their real tactics. Like this is real. Like this is happening. Like the AI revolution. If you're not in this group, you're already behind. You're missing out. Like this is happening every single day. So this is the community that you get access to, okay? People even share their creations, things that they've done with HeyGen. You can go watch ideas, how they solved the challenge using a book author, how they did stuff with Genius. Like they're all creating videos of themselves, like talking and speaking and like doing some crazy stuff.
One thing that stood out to me while comparing generations is how differently childhood shaped emotional development.
Like, isn't that crazy? Like these people, like you're going to learn all the secrets. Like, and there's so many people in here. You can see leaderboards, all that stuff. The other cool thing right at the top here, you're going to get access to our learning system. Okay. So you're going to get Boss AI secrets and the whole thing. So you click in and you go through all the videos in here in real time. They also works on your mobile device. So if you have an iPhone or Android, you can actually install the app right on your thing and you can go through. And by the way, the entire course is professionally done. It's all like professionally edited, done. Like every single secret like is in here. Like I didn't have time to share all the secrets with you. Okay. Did I give you at least $5,000 of value today, guys, with the whisper flow, with all the things? If you implement what I showed you today, did I give you at least $5,000 of value? Type yes in the chat if I did. I hope I did. I'm trying to over deliver for you guys today. So I didn't want to say that up front, but that was kind of my goal today, was to give you at least $5,000 in value. So what we did, like I said, we created the course, the Boss AI Secrets course, but we're like, no, that's not enough. We got to over deliver. Okay. And so to over deliver, we created a community which in itself is worth thousands of dollars. And we even created the bi-weekly calls where you can join. If you have any questions, if you're ever stuck, we help you every step of the way, okay? So this includes, okay, the masterclass course, which is Boss AI Secrets, okay? It's going to help you get back 10 to 15 hours a week. Once you go through that course, you will 100% tell me that was worth $25,000 to your life. It literally is. It's going to give you back. You go through the course, you will gain back 10 to 15 hours a week, period. Done. End of story. Like, it's not a question. No one, like, since we launched this back in December, no one has come back and said it didn't do that, because it always does. And in fact, it does more. Number two, you're going to get access to the AI Secrets community. Okay. And that community, if we priced it, just the community access would be $197 a month. Okay. Then you're getting access to the bi-weekly, open office hour calls with our live team. Okay. If we priced this out and we tried to make a package deal, we'd probably sell that for $1,000 a month. Okay. You're also going to get access to our monthly updates, the latest AI courses and trainings. So we're constantly adding new stuff. We're constantly adding new videos. We just added a bunch of new videos last week. We're constantly adding more and more training. Okay. So this is not something that, like, it's a course you get once and that's it. This is a living, breathing system. Okay. The yearly value of this would be $6. If you asked me, you said, Miguel and Myron, can you teach me everything you guys know about AI? Can you give me access to 24/7 support and a bi-weekly call and access to all the updates for a year on AI? How many of you understand that would be worth $63,000 in value? Type yes in the chat. And I bet you some of you would probably say it's worth more, okay? Because this is gonna change your life. This is like buying Bitcoin for $1. I'm not kidding you. This is, I was talking to a good friend of mine, Russell. He was like, that is so good. He's like, that is bang on, right? So how much does it cost to get started? This is probably what you're wondering, like, how much it costs. So this is the only AI system you're ever going to need to increase your productivity and create the income online and do all the crazy stuff. Okay. So here's what the breakdown is. Okay. So the intro price for a whole year, if you decide to go in for the entire year, because I want to tell you the all in. Okay. And then I have a very special offer for you, but it is limited until the end of this webinar, just to be very clear. And last time we pretty much like sold out. Okay. Like people were begging us to leave the cart open. So just so you fully know. So if you're thinking about this, I would get ready, okay? Because we do have some bonuses that are only available if you get started on this webinar, okay? So for the whole year, it would be $12,097. So the intro price is $1,997 per month. Again, you get access to the course, you get access to the community, you get access to the bi-weekly calls. This is not like, if you're looking to kind of learn AI, feel free and go grab those $197 or $97 courses or join the school communities. And you know as well as I do, you're not going to understand exactly how it works, and you're going to lose so much time. You would have missed out on buying that Bitcoin for $1. Okay. Now the Captivation Genius software that I showed you that can create all your courses, it can create your hit music, it can help you create your high ticket offers, all your ideas. Like, you can finally get unstuck and you can start having success. You can finally apply all the principles that you've been learning from Myron once you have this tool, right? And so this one is $497 per month additional. So the course, $1,997 per month, and then the software is $497 per month. You can cancel it any time that you want. It gives you a complete unfair advantage. For $497 a month, you literally have me and Myron sitting beside you 24/7. People absolutely love this tool. Okay. Now, for the launch of the Boss AI Secrets, you want to do something a little bit special. Okay. So we launched this last month and we weren't even going to run this back like this early, but so many people, we didn't have you can watch what you're watching live right now is nowhere available. It's going to get pulled as well. Okay. So for the launch of Boss AI Secrets, we want to do something really special so everyone can take part in getting back the 10 to 15 hours per week with AI. Okay. So how many of you, let me ask you, in the chat, if I make you the most ridiculous offer ever, how many of you will go all in? Type all in the chat. Because I need, for this, I'm going to need a lot of you all in. Okay. Because we should be charging what I said. The problem is I want all of you in because I want to change all your lives. So I'm going to give you the most ridiculous offer ever. And the reason I am doing that is because I want us all to run together. Okay. I want us all to run together. I want us all to have success together because I fully believe that when us as a community of believers, and again, if you're not, I think it's important for you to know what I believe. I fully believe that I was put here for this purpose today. Like this was predestined for me to be talking to you. The chances of you being born, to the parents you were born, to be on this call right now live, to Matt Myron, for all of the things to happen in this exact way. How many of you that are believers, by the way, sometimes you like when people are like, I don't know if I believe, you kind of look at them and you're like really confused. Like, and again, you can believe what you want. I think it's important for you to know what I believe, right? Like the chances of you being here right now was predetermined, destined for you to be here to listen to this. Because probably you've been hearing from other people that like AI is scary and it's going to take your job, or AI is too complicated, or AI is soulless, or AI, don't do that with AI, or this is going to ban you, right? Fear, 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 fear. You know what fear is? Fear is false evidence appearing real. That's all it is. It is a tool used by the devil, I fully believe, to install into your brain a fake belief system that tells you that everything that you want is on the other side of fear. And then your reptilian brain kicks in and it goes, wait a minute, that's bad, so we can't do that. And instead of listening to him, you start listening to fear, false evidence appearing real, and you don't take action. And how many times in your life have you done that? Type me in the chat. Have you ever done that? Sorry, I'm getting a little preachy here. I'm going to calm it down a little bit. What we have to do is we got to take action. Like people are like, how do you succeed? I take action. Well, what do you do? Whatever people tell me to do. Well, what do you mean? Well, I align myself with people that believe, because that's important to me. And then if they tell me do this, I do it. It's not that crazy. Like when I think back and people ask me, how have you been able to win again and again and again? Because I surround myself with people that win again and again and again. And when they tell me to do something, I do it. I talked to Myron. Myron's like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, yeah, done. Let's do it. And he's like, hey, what about that? I'm like, let's do it. Hey, Miguel, you want to fly here? Let's do it. Like, I'm not questioning his authority. You can if you want. But I always say, like, how's that working out for you? Like, can I get an amen in the chat? So let me break it down. So here's what we're going to do. I want you all in on this, okay? Regular price, $12,997. We were going to bring it down to just $997 per month, or $9,997. Instead, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to lower the price of the software because I know that you want me and Myron sitting beside you, down to $197 a month, okay? But I want to make this totally no-brainer, okay? So if you agree to be a beta tester and leave us raving reviews, type beta in the chat, beta tester or tester in the chat. If you're willing to be one of our testers, that's going to give us a testimonial, okay? If you're willing to give us a testimonial, you're willing to scream it from the rooftops, okay? And if you're willing to do that, here's what I'm going to do, okay? When this fully launches in June, I'm going to lower the price of Captivation Genius, not $497, not $197. I'm going to make me and Myron sitting beside you 24/7 as you use AI and build your business for the next year, $97 a month. Type whoa in the chat. Whoa. You'll never have to cancel. Like at that price, let's take a couple of Starbucks, okay? Not only that, I'm going to lock you in at that price forever. If we increase the price to $1,000, because you were one of the first ones to get started, $97 a month for life. Okay, like every single month, you can cancel it whenever you want. Now, if you decide to get started on the software, okay, so there's a two-step process I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to drop a link. Step 1 is you're going to get the course, and step 2 is you're going to sign up for the software, okay? If you get started with the software, I'm going to reduce the price from $9,997 for the year for our entire system, the community access, all the things. I'm going to reduce it to just one payment of $1,997. Type no brainer in the chat. Like that is for 12 months of updates. That is for 12 months, you're going to be able to join my AI experts. And by the way, I'll be in the office next door to them. If you wanted to work with me, like one-on-one, I don't even know. Like we just got a request the other day for someone and we told them $250,000. Because Myron has taught me to raise my prices. And the way that I think about it is like, what's my time worth? Okay, well, if you want to sit down with me for 8 hours and you're going to fly in and see me here in Canada, in Winnipeg, and it may be in January, and you wire me $250,000, then I'll sit down with you for 8 hours. This is going to give you access to my team every 2 weeks for just $1,097. Plus, you're going to get the course, you're going to get the system, the entire thing. This is literally, so who's ready for the link? Okay. And the link, by the way, if you're thinking about getting started, you may want to get started right away because we have some bonuses that I'm going to give to you that we only give out to the first 100 people that get started, and our team kind of takes track of all of that, okay? So so just make sure that if you're thinking about doing it when the link drops, okay, and we may break the internet, like a couple of months ago when we first launched this back in December, like Stripe went down. like one of the servers that our happened to be on went down. They said it wasn't us, but I was like, well, it's kind of odd that like we had so many people jump in at the exact second and then all the payment stuff went down. So here is the link, okay? It's bossaisecrets.com/start, okay? So you're going to bossaisecrets.com/start. Now, let me actually go there and show you the experience that you're going to get. bossaisecrets.com/start. If I can spell start, great. And so you're going to go here. Oh, let me make sure it loads. Okay, so you're going to go here, bossaisecrets.com/start. Super simple. You'll see here it says step 1 of 2. Okay, and you're going to go order Boss AI Secrets. Okay, this is not per month. Okay, you'll notice we removed the per month. This could have been per month. Okay, remove the per month. It's a one time. You're done. You can do it however you want down here, whatever options appear in your area. Okay, and you'll fill this in. Once you're done here, very simple. You're going to go to step 2. On step 2, you're going to get prompted to sign up for the software. Okay. There's a $97 special price. Go with that one. Okay. There are upgrades you can do later on if you need them. That's if you've got like 1,000 users using your platform. I'll talk about that later. But for right now, you'd get started with that. You can always upgrade later. Okay. So I want you to get started today. You're going to do this on step 2. You're going to get started with the Captivation Genius software. If you don't complete step 2, just note, or if you lose the link for step 2 and you forget to do it, just let us know in the chat once you've done that. And then that's how you'll get started with that. Okay. And so we'll send that to you privately. It's a secret link to get it for the $97. It's typically $497 a month. So it is a secret link that's hidden behind this. So once you fill this in, you get access to the next bit. Okay. So the chat has slowly died off because people are obviously getting started, which is great. So this is bossaisecrets.com/start. Now, I have a couple of crazy announcements to make though, as you get started. And if you're still thinking about it, I think this is going to blow your mind. Okay. So first of all, the testimonials are crazy. Like here's Zach. He's like, I never would have figured this out on my own. I can see how it's going to help with my career and building my business that I've been putting off. I'm glad I acted and purchased yesterday. Tomorrow's goal is to make my own core identity master prompt and business prompt. Here's Leah. She says, I thought I was a ChatGPT expert. I was wrong. Okay, guys, I've been using ChatGPT since the beginning. I upgraded to Plus as soon as it was available. Then Pro. Pro was $200 a month, by the way, guys. I interact with it all day long, and I use it to run multiple businesses. I thought I knew it all, but literally just one video in, and I have learned so much already. So good. Okay, here's Aaron. Skipped ahead, made his own AI video prompt, which you saw me. I was showing you the live community. You saw people are creating their own AI things. It's crazy. Here's Tina. She goes, so excited for the new, easier way, blown away. Thought I knew all the things, but no, this was a wise investment to make. Okay, so I have some crazy bonuses that I want to give you. Okay, this first one is worth $1,994. Like I said, this is the first 100 people. Okay, so how many of you are beginners when it comes to AI? Drop beginner in the chat if that's you. Type beginner in the chat. Okay, so this is the first 100 people if you decide to get started today. Okay, so right now, like I said, it's the $1,997 for 12 months. Okay, that's access to my team every 2 weeks. Okay, $1,997 for 12 months. That covers you for the entire year. Okay, so 3 years would cost you about $5,991. So if you decide you want to continue next year, we would charge you another $1,097. The next year, another $1,097, and so forth. Right. And then Captivation Genius is $97 a month. So here's what we're going to do, okay? As long as you stay on Captivation Genius, which is $97 a month, okay, this is very important for you to understand. As long as you stay on Captivation Genius, we're going to upgrade your account so that the $1,997 today will give you lifetime access. That's the first 100 people, okay? Type whoa in the chat. That means that as long as we're running this course, let's say it's 3 years, I think it's going to be longer, you will have access to all of the updates. You won't have to pay every year. You will have access every 2 weeks to our AI team. You will literally be a part of some of the most successful AI people in the world, and you'll be able to listen, understand. And sometimes when people join the call, they just join to listen to other people ask questions because you can learn so much from other people asking questions. This is a complete no-brainer. If you want to learn AI, it's bossAIsecrets.com/start, okay? Now, bonus number 2 is worth $15,000. And so this is a really cool opportunity that many of you probably aren't there yet, but you will be. And what this is, which is really cool, is the app that I showed you, Captivation Genius, right? How many of you think it's really cool? Type yes in the chat if you saw the tool and you're like, wow, like I need this tool yesterday, right? Now, here's what's really neat, okay? What I did is I created my own AI, right? That's my own AI. That's me and Myron AI, and you get to work with it. Now, imagine if you could create your own AI. So let me break it down like this. Let's say you're a teacher and you teach other teachers how to make courses and things for the classroom. What if you owned your own AI software and that you charged people, let's say $27 a month, and they paid $27 a month to use your AI tools that you created? How cool would that be? Let me show you how that works, okay? So what I've actually done here, let me go over here. So in here, I'm inside of Captivation Genius, okay? Now, what I've done for the first 100 of you that got started, I've upgraded all of your accounts to have the ability to white label my software. Now, what that means is you'll have 2 options up here. When you get started today, you're going to have number 1, Captivation Genius up here. So if you don't see it, you click up here and you'll see it. This is all of my AI tools that I created. Like I spent 3 years making these. You're also going to have your own, it'll be blank, and you can call it whatever you want. When you're signing up, it's going to ask you for a company name. It doesn't have to be a company if you don't have one, but you can just put in whatever name you give it. Let's see, if you called it Boss Moves, it would be called Boss Moves AI, right? Whatever you want. Now what you can do is you can create your own AIs. How many of you have been wondering, how do I create my own AI? How many have been wondering, how can I create my own software? How can I create my own AI, right? So I actually believe the future of course and digital marketing online is going to be people that not just sell courses, but sell access on a monthly basis to their AI knowledge, their skill sets. A mini version of an LLM that you can create. Now, creating your own LLM is very complicated. I'm not going to get into that, and Myra may touch on that in a minute. But what this does, it gives you the ability as a total beginner to literally take my software and create your own AIs. And it's super simple to do. All you do at the bottom here, you say AI create. You hit this button, and you say, I want to create an AI chatbot, let's say, for example, right? And so all I'll say here is I'm going to voice into it, and I'm going to say, yes, I'd like you to create an AI chatbot for me. When people respond and ask it questions, it's going to say, hi, Miguel here. What's your digital marketing question today? And when people ask those questions, then we're going to give it the best digital marketing advice that we can based on everything about digital marketing and all of the systems that we teach. Okay, so that's all I've done here. So you can record anything you want. You can be like, hey, this chatbot's going to be a relationship advice chatbot, okay? There's systems out there like Delphi and stuff that charge $300+ a month to do just one of what I'm doing here. One of these is like $300 a month. What I'm doing right now is I'm creating my own AI chatbot, which is you learn how to do it in the course. And again, this is more advanced. Once you get through all this stuff, you'll be able to do this. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to just say create the applet. Now, I could actually upload my own courses. So if I turn this on, I could upload my own courses in here. So let's say I want the chatbot to know everything about my digital course. Well, I upload all that content in here, and now this chatbot knows everything about my stuff. Next, I just hit create applet, and our AI goes out and creates your own AI chatbot in seconds. This one's called the Marketing Guru. And now what I can do is I can either edit the full applet or I can view it in here. Here's the Marketing Guru chatbot. It's in draft mode. Let me just go ahead and publish it so we can use it. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and just open a new window over here, and I'm just going to use it. So let's say, for example, you're charging for your own software and people come into your software and they're like, hey, I want to chat with the Marketing Guru. Hey, Miguel here. What's your digital marketing question today? Well, I need help creating my first chat GPT, let's say a master prompt. Okay. So I would just do that. I hit send. And now this automatically knows, because it's gone through all my courses, it's going to be like, hello there, great. You want to know help with that? This is how you do it. So now imagine you having all these chatbots, all these things. You can create your own chatbots and the users can chat with it back and forth. We have someone that's been doing this now. I don't even know. I think they're bringing an extra $25,000 per month just on users paying them. I think it's $67 a month they're charging to use their chatbot. They're calling it whatever, Susan's Brain. And now users are paying. Are you getting this? Type yes or yes in the chat. So here's the deal with this, okay? This is a little bit of a bonus I wanted to give you today. Like I said, it's more of an advanced thing for you for later. But what this is going to allow you to do is basically use my software that I paid $250,000 to build out. And this will allow you to sell my software to other people, okay? And I'm going to give you 100% of the rights to sell basically my software at the $97 price point, okay? Guys spent $250,000 building it. I'm literally going to give you the keys to my entire software platform so that you can use it as your own. You'll be able to create your very own AI clones. You can charge any price you want. You can create tiers. You can have free trials. And you can fully customize the look and feel, the colors, the branding, and upload your logos, attach your own domains, the whole thing, okay? So we were gonna license this at $15,000, okay, to get started. And then it was going to be $997 per month for you to go ahead and manage this. But if you get started and tell us as you use it, give us the raving reviews. Hopefully they'll be raving. What we're going to do is we're going to upgrade anyone that gets started today, bossaisecrets.com/start. We're not going to charge you the $15K. We're not going to charge you the $997 per month extra. Anyone that gets started right now on this webinar, the first 100 people, they're going to get access to the white label edition of the Captivation Genius software for just $97 a month, okay? We want it to be a total no-brainer for you so you can use it. So you'll finally be able to master everything with AI. Let me break it all down for you. We're going to bring Myron back on in about 3 or 4 minutes, okay? So let me just finalize this up, okay? We're going to give you the masterclass course, Boss AI Secrets, to help you gain back 10 to 15 hours a week, $25,000 in value. We're going to give you access to the AI Secrets community, 24/7 support, $197 a month value. We're going to give you the bi-weekly office hour calls, $1,000 of value. We're going to give you access to all the monthly updates without having to pay the monthly $1,097 cost. We're going to give you lifetime access of the program, monthly updates to Boss AI Secrets as long as we keep running the program, and we're going to give you full rights to create your own AI software with Captivation Genius. So now we're talking $82,000 of value if you get started with bossaisecrets.com/start. Now here's the crazy part. I got 2 more bonuses before we bring Myron back on. Number 1, we've created the ultimate playbook for AI business growth and success. So what I actually did, okay, is I created a totally separate thing that I'm selling for $97. It's completely separate, okay? It's called the Faceless Content Empire, okay? You use this and it shows you how to set up your Instagram the right way, how to build out your AI profile, how to build AI freemiums to your Instagram. So you don't even have to do it with AI. It can be your current AI, Instagram account as well. And we'll show you how to find the best niches, how to create your video clones, and how to even attach downloads to Instagram. The whole thing. It's a whole Faceless Content Empire system, okay? And that is, I'm selling that on our website for $997, okay? We're also creating the AI book machine playbook, okay? So this one is an exact system that shows you how to write your first AI book, okay? I'm selling this, if you wanted to buy this from me, for $997. It's an AI book machine. It shows you exactly how to use Captivation Genius to create books using our signature book framework, assembles everything together. It creates if you've been wondering if I can write a book, we have one lady that used our trainings and published her book 2 weeks later, became the #1 seller on Kindle on Amazon, then created a workbook with our system to actually sell as well to people that have bought her book, okay? So you can learn how to do all these things with the AI book machine. That's regular $997, okay? We also created the AI Podcast Factory, where I show you exactly how to set up your first podcast, how to get it published to Spotify, Apple Music, the whole 9 yards. We do a zero equipment setup. I show you exactly how to use AI to help you generate the podcast so that you know how to do that, how to multi-platform distribute it, how to use Notebook LM to generate the podcast, how to create the show notes and the transcripts, and how to duplicate your content. That's another course. It's $997. I also have the AI Music Studio where I show you exactly not just how to make the music, but how to publish it, how you get it on Spotify, how you get it on Apple Music, how you use it on Instagram. I have music. If you follow me, I'm at Miguel Mindset. Okay. If you want to go see this, I'm using it right now. Like I'm literally using what I'm showing you right now. I hope you understand. Everything I'm sharing with you, I am using right now to run my business. I am not a course creator by trade. I don't create courses. That's not I own 2 AI companies. Type yes if you understand what I'm saying. So you're learning from someone that's using this. If you go to my Instagram right now, at Miguel Mindset, you'll go see I'm hiring right now for a couple positions. And so if you go look there, that post on my stories is AI generated. The song that is playing while the post is up is also AI generated. The picture and the song and the post all went up through me talking to my AI agent, and I said, hey, I need to promote this thing. Can you go promote it for me? It on its own went and found the job description. It on its own went and created the graphic. It on its own went into our system and scheduled it as a post. It on its own did the whole thing. You go look there, I didn't really do that. And from that one thing, I think we got like 30 applications or something already to the job. So like, I'm playing a different game. Like when people say I'm figuring it out. Well, most people are playing checkers, and me and Myron over here, we're playing 4-dimensional chess. How many of y'all want to join us playing 4D chess? Type 4D chess in the chat. Like I said, this is literally like buying Bitcoin for $1 with the advantages that you're going to get. So this is AI Music Studio. It's another playbook that I created. It shows you how to make the music to do all that stuff. So like that's $997. Okay. The AI Lead Magnet Factory. This one, I show you my exact strategies on how to drive free traffic to your offers. I don't run ads. I don't know if you all do, and you can if you want. I don't run ads because I find that with ads, you kind of like get people that I don't necessarily, jive with all the time. I'll say it nicely, right? So I prefer attracting people to me like a magnet versus like interrupting their feed. Like ads are basically interruption marketing, and YouTube and leads are magnets are more more attraction, right? So that you really want to make sure that you're doing things the right way. I prefer attraction marketing versus interruption marketing. Hopefully that makes sense to you, okay? And then the other playbook we have is the AI Offer Stack. Okay, this is also $997 in value. This one shows you how to build your funnel with AI. So you can actually build out your webinars, your funnels, everything with AI. We have another playbook that's $997. I'm just going to go a little quicker here to get Myron back on. The AI Chat Business Bot, okay? This shows you the tool that I showed you, how to create all the chat bots and stuff. I have a course that's $997 as well that shows all that, okay? And the last one is the AI Software Builder Playbook. And this one is going to show you exactly how to build your own software with AI. So if you want to learn how to build your own software, you've been seeing people talking about building their own software. There's courses alone that just teach you how to do this that are selling for $3,000. I've seen some of them. And all they really do is show you how to do this one thing, okay? So I sell this one course and it's $997. So here's what I'm going to do, okay? So we're going to give you, like I said, the masterclass course, access to the community, the bi-weekly calls with my expert team. I'm going to give you access to the monthly updates, lifetime program access. I'm going to give you the full rights to create your own AI software with my tool. The Faceless Content Empire Playbook, that's $997. The Book Machine, the Podcast Factory, the AI Music Studio, the Lead Magnet, the AI Offer Stack, the Chatbot, and the AI Software Builder Playbook. Each one $997 if you want to buy them individually, okay? Total value $90,259, okay? If you get started today, I'm going to give you all the playbooks. Type what in the chat? I'm going to give you all the playbooks, okay? So if you get started today, we're not going to upsell you later. I'm not going to do that. I'm literally going to give you all the playbooks. So you're going to go into the community once you get access to the community. And inside of that community, let's see if I can find it here. Let's see here, members. There we go. once you get access to the community, you're going to be able to go to learning. If you're the first 100, right, you're going to go to learning. And in here, you're going to see the Boss AI Secrets course, but you're also going to get all the playbooks. See that playbook, and it's going to be free for you. Profit playbook, the AI book machine playbook. So you'll be able to go through each and every one of these, right? So if you want to learn how to make a book, you go over here, you go to this playbook, and the entire book machine playbook is here. You'll be able to learn exactly how to create your own book. Like this one course alone is going to show you in record time how to write your own books. Okay, so we're going to give you access to all of those bonuses if you go to bossaisecrets.com/start. Okay, and then the last bonus that we're going to do is me and Myron, and this one I call it priceless. Okay. We're going to do in the next little while. We've got to figure out our schedules. Okay, we're both really, really busy right now. That we're going to do a 90-minute AI mastery live session with me and Myron. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to dive deep into so many crazy things that you haven't heard about AI. Okay, and we're going to go into that. And I'm adding that in as a priceless bonus. Okay, you wouldn't be able to pay for that. That's like something you can't even pay for. Okay, so with that, okay, what I want to do right now is I'm going to invite Myron back on. I hope I've earned your trust. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Type fun in the chat if you had some fun, okay? Don't forget, go to bossaisecrets.com/start to get started. And let me invite one of my best friends, Myron, back on here. Hey, Myron.
Hey, Miguel. Hey, Miguel. Wow, blown away. People in the studio are blown away. Everybody's like freaking out, losing their minds. And I'm gonna take maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then we're gonna wrap it up because I'm hungry. Okay, so how's that? How's that for transparent? But I want to share something with y'all. I want you to understand the level of value that you've been exposed to today. And so what I want to do is I want to share with you the 7 levels of AI. I'm going to do it really, really quickly. I could take an hour and 45 minutes and talk about this, but I'm going to do it in 20 minutes because y'all are smart and I'm hungry. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood what everybody else is talking about. So the 7 levels of AI, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with the basic levels, and I'm going to go, where's my pen? Oh man, my pen. What happened to my board? Okay, I saw something. There we go. Where's it at? Canvas, there we go. Okay, do it right this time. You got mad skills, okay. And I'm going to have to do Boss AI. Hopefully it opens up the right way this time. And it did. Okay, so I'm going to do 7 levels of AI. Lowest level, that's level 1, that's level 2, that's level 3, that's level 4, that's level 5, that's level 6, that's level 7. 7 levels of AI. Now, the boss levels. Boss, business optimization success strategies. The boss level of AI are the 2 top levels. The rest of them are the basic levels. Okay, so you got the basic levels of AI and the boss levels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and I'm going to do them really, really quickly. I'm going to save 1 and 7 for last. I'm not even going to talk about 1. Yet. So 1 is a mystery until I get to it. So level 2 is where we're going to start because that's where most people are, and that is answer bot AI. What does answer bot AI mean? It means basically you use AI to ask it questions and get answers. And if that's all you're doing, you are at the foundational level. You can't be at level 1. Level 1 existed. Level 1 is why AI exists, and that's how AI works. So we're not even going to talk about that yet. We'll talk about that right before we talk about level 7. Or in fact, we're going to do all the way up to level 7, then we're going to come back and do level 1. So answer bot AI. If you're just typing in, hey, how far is the moon from the Earth? Then you're not really using AI. You just think you are. You're Googling stuff on AI. Okay, the second level is, the third level is assembling assets AI. Now this is really cool. This is where you can start making some money. Assembling assets AI. And what I mean by assembling assets is you are creating an asset that income can follow. One of the formulas, I got this formula from Daniel Priestley. Income follows assets. If you meet somebody that's wealthy, the reason they're wealthy is because they have acquired or created a lot of assets that income can follow. I've got a book, in fact, I've got this book right here. This book right here makes me between $7,000 and $12,000 a month. Now that's not, $7,000 a month is not that amazing. $12,000 a month is not that amazing. You wanna know what's amazing? Type yes in the chat if you wanna know what's amazing. Everybody in the room say yes? Yes. Okay, here's what's amazing. What's amazing is I wrote this book 20 years ago. Now, how many of you right now are making $7,000 to $12,000 a month from work you did 20 years ago? I have not read this book in 18 years. But this book pays me every day. Every day. Not some days, not most days, not Mondays or Tuesdays. Every single solitary day, this book pays me. Now, this book, I wrote this book 5 years ago. 5 long years. How long is 5 years ago? 365 times 5. That's about 1,900 days ago. I wrote this book. It makes me between $15,000 and $23,000 a month. Why? These are some of my assets. See, I know how to create assets. I know how to create books that are assets. I know how to create courses that are assets. I know how to create audio trainings that are assets. I know how to create masterminds that are assets. I know how to create assets. This level, assembling assets AI, is level 3. You can literally become a millionaire on level 3 AI. How cool is that? Why? Because Miguel showed you in this masterclass how you can use AI to write books. To help you write books. The AI doesn't write the book. The AI doesn't come up with the idea for the book. It's humanity plus AI. He talked about that over and over and over again. The song, humanity plus AI. Talked about a masterclass, webinar, training program, home study course, $20,000 mastermind. Humanity plus AI, okay? So this level of AI, and by the way, that's not that far from this one. That's only like, you literally can utilize AI. You can literally ask AI questions and have it answer, and then create some assets that you could probably sell, right? They're probably gonna be basic level assets, but that's better than no assets at all. Income follows assets. I learned this lesson in 1999. My brother Mark's over there. He told me about this book, and the name of the book was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He told me about this game called Cash Flow Game. And when I read the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I realized one thing. I am broke because I don't have any assets in my asset window. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to start focusing on assets instead of focusing on bills. And that one thing changed my life. Wow. And so since 1999, since January of 1999, I have been acquiring and accumulating assets. And now the assets that I've acquired and accumulate make me more money than I could ever make on my own with my muscles over time. So that's level 3 AI. Level 3 AI is great, but it's not the best one. Here's one that comes after that. Because eventually you're gonna get tired of telling AI, asking AI questions and telling AI what assets to create, and then you're gonna go into the next level, which is automations AI. And so automations AI is when you give AI a single prompt, but it carries out a series of instructions. That's automations. And automation is, I'm gonna push this button, I'm gonna type in this word, I'm gonna ask it this one question, and it's gonna go build the whole whatever. Now, when we get to a higher level of AI, you'll be able to train your AI on what content to give you. So you go to ChatGPT, you ask it a question, it's gonna give you an answer. I go to my AI, and I ask it a question, it doesn't give me an answer. It gives me my answer. I don't think y'all picked up on what I just put down. It gives me my answer. I'm gonna show you what I mean by that here in a minute. So automations are great. Automations are, here's what I want you to do. Here's this outline. I want you to turn it into a PowerPoint and turn it into a course and. Okay, so automations. It does the automation. Or you say, hey, this is what I want. I want a website, and I want it to look like this, I want it to do like this. I don't want you to go build it for me, boom, and you push a button, and it goes and does it. Okay. The next level of AI is agentic AI. And Miguel talked about this. Agentic AI. And Miguel, I don't know if you're still there or not, but I sent you a text, and I want you to get what I sent you ready. So just be ready. Okay. So agentic AI. Now, agentic AI is not when you don't give it a prompt, and then it goes and carries out a series of instructions. Agentic AI is you tell the AI what the outcome is that you desire to have, and it goes and figures out how to get that result. Ah! Now, this blows my mind. These are the basic levels of AI plus the foundational level, which is why AI works. So I'm going to ask a question. By the way, I didn't even know about this level or level 7 until I met Miguel. Level 1 and level 7 I was completely unaware of until I met Miguel. Okay? Now, my brother Dwayne, David's dad, he understood these levels. I didn't understand these levels. So when I met Miguel, I knew about the next level. I knew about the next level. I just didn't know how to do it. I knew about level 6. I didn't know how to do level 6. I didn't know how to accomplish level 6. I didn't even know level 7 existed. And it blows my mind how AI is a mirror of reality. So I'm going to ask y'all a question. I want to ask y'all in the chat. If you're in the chat, go ahead and if I'm going to ask you a question, I want you to type the answer if you know it. How does AI work? Like, what is the principle that makes AI work? Type it in the chat if you know. Does anybody in here know? What is the principle that makes AI work? Does anybody in this room know? Anybody in the studio? Nobody in the studio knows? I didn't know either. Miguel asked me the question. I said, I don't know. Okay, here's how it works. Here's what causes AI to work. This is level 1. And it's called anticipation AI. This is what makes large language models work. Anticipation. What does that mean? AI works by predicting the next word. That's all it does. It works exactly the same way as when you're typing a text on your phone and it guesses the next word. That is a form of AI. And so it predicts the next word, and then it predicts the word after the next word and the word after the next word, and that's how it knows the answer to things. Now, you say, why is that important? Well, here's why it's important, because that mirrors real life. What does that mean? It's literally modeled, whether they know it or not, after the Bible. What? It's called a large language model. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the same was in the beginning with God. In the beginning was the Word. What's the Word? A large language model. Here's what the Scripture tells us about God and who He is and how He operates. He knows the end from the beginning. Do you know what the Bible's about? The Bible's about giving us the ability to predict what happens next. That's the whole thing. That's not what it's about. It's how it works. It's how the Bible works. You say, what do you mean it gives us the ability to predict? Okay, the Bible's not a book about religion. The Bible is a book of promises, principles, precepts, practices, patterns, prayers, and prophecies that give us the ability to make predictions about outcomes in the future, because God said, if you do this, you can expect this. If you sow sparingly, you can expect to reap sparingly. Oh, the whole Bible is a predictive model. So I can know in advance that I'm going to have a good, that's why it says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the way of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doth he meditate day and night. And he's going to be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither. Watch this now. And whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. That's the whole thing. AI is modeled after that. Now, it doesn't do it as good, but it's doing a similar thing. That's my point. Are y'all tracking? Okay. So, the next level, level 6, is an agent. I want to see remember exactly what I called it. It is autonomous agentic arena AI. Autonomous, I'm just going to put agentic arena, AAA. Autonomous agentic arena AI. What does that mean? That means I have an AI agent that is autonomous, and what it does for me is it builds me an arena of agents. So when I want an agent now, I don't go and build the agent. I tell my chief of staff agent to go build me an agent. And I tell my chief of staff agent exactly what I want the agent to do, and my chief of staff agent goes and builds the agent. Because who can build an AI agent better, me or my AI agent? My AI agent can. And the highest level of AI, by the way, this is, remember I heard Miguel talked about AI native. And I knew what I wanted was AI native. I just didn't know how to get it. That's why I made him a Godfather offer. I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And no, I didn't have to put a horse's head in his bed. Okay, so I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And then Miguel taught me about the highest level of AI, which is what I call Apex AI. And Apex AI is when you have your own large language model. Ah! So that when I am talking to my AI, I'm not training Anthropic's models, I'm not training OpenAI's models, I'm not training Google's models, I'm only training my own models. Now, just the computer that I bought to build this, just the computer. This doesn't include anything but the computer. Just the computer my AI lives on, $12,000. Now, $12,000 is not that much money, but it's more than some people watching this masterclass have. Can I get a witness? And certainly more than you want to spend on a computer. I remember I spent $8,000 on a computer in 2006. It was a Mac Pro, big old screen. It can't even get on the internet anymore. It can do two things. I can watch videos on it and heat up my kitchen. Okay, so in the wintertime. We don't turn it on in the summertime. Okay, but I don't want to get rid of it because it's a classic, right? It's got the big tower. Okay, so $12,000. Now, Apex AI is when you have building your own large language model. Building your own large language model on your own machine with your native AI, with your agentic arena of agents, autonomous arena of agents, is going to take years. It's going to take me years. Now, mine's already started, fortunately for me. So, do y'all want to see how mine works? Yes. Y'all do? Okay, I'm going to do it really quickly because I'm hungry. Okay, so here's how it works. So I got this computer, right? And this computer, I have dubbed the Garden of Eden. Now, the reason I named it the Garden of Eden is because it's mine. And so I like protecting my intellectual property because my intellectual property, that is my wealth. That's my real wealth. The scripture says knowledge is better than gold. So the things I know are more important than the money that I have. Okay? So I want to make sure I protect my intellectual property, and the word Garden of Eden literally means the protected place of pleasure. So I named it the Garden of Eden. So I've got a chief of staff, and my chief of staff, his name is King Solomon Brobot. So this is King Solomon. Okay? And when I want something done, I ask Solomon to go get it done for me. Solomon, this is what I need you to go do. And so he'll go do it. Then I've got my content strategist and scheduler. That's Clark Kent, because he works for the Daily Planet. And I know I'm mixing metaphors. It's okay, though. I'm allowed to do that because it's my metaphor. Okay, and then for research, my research assistant, agent, his name is Peter Parker, because he crawls the web, right? And then I've got my AI brain, right? This is the brain. The AI brain, my resource library, or what they call the RAG system, retrieval, age, whatever it stands for. Okay, my RAG system, my AI brain, where all of my stuff goes, is Optimus Prime. And so what I did, I told Solomon, you have Peter Parker go and watch all my YouTube videos, and take all of my YouTube videos and transcribe them, and index them, so that when I want something, it pulls from my knowledge base. Then load all of my Google Docs in here and all of my content, and then I took like 2.5 months and took all the courses I've ever bought and indexed all of those, so if I want coaching from somebody that I've already bought coaching from, all I have to do is say, hey, I want to know what Jay Abraham would tell me to do in this situation. I want Jim Rohn to tell me what he would do in this situation. I want No BS Guide to Market, Dan Kennedy, to tell me what he would do in this situation. So I can go get coaching from the people I've already bought courses from, and then I trained it on my particular framework for creating content. I taught it how to do it. So now if I ask AI to give me like an idea for a piece of content to create, it's not going to give me some random idea from Joe Schmo from Kokomo. It's going to give me my own idea. Why? Because it knows everything that I know, and it doesn't forget any of it. So while we were sitting there, Miguel, are you ready? Are you close by?
You bet. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Did you get the WAV file that I sent you?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay,
you got it. We're good to go.
So here's what I did. So while he was talking at 11:45 this morning, while Miguel was talking, I just typed into my AI. Hey, in fact, I'll read it to you. I'll read you what I wrote. I would ordinarily say it, but I couldn't say it because Miguel was doing such a fantastic job. I didn't want to interrupt him. And so I typed into my AI, because we were doing the Boss AI webinar, right? I said, write a song for me about becoming an AI boss. Make the song, now it's not as good as Miguel's song, but that wasn't the point. I was just playing because I can. Okay, make the song about going from the basic levels of AI to the boss levels of AI. You don't have to use all of the levels in the song, but base it off of the 7 levels of AI that's in my Google Docs. That's all I told it. That's all the words. Miguel, go ahead and play the song.
Let's do it. Here we go.
Uh-oh. It's an anthem, by the way.
Started at the bottom, just trying to understand what is this AI thing and how does it work, man? Anticipation level, I was just learning the game. Answer bot basics, asking questions, nothing's the same. Then I started assembling assets, building my stack. Every tool, every prompt, every system on track. Automations kicking in, success sequencing right. I'm running while they sleeping, making moves in the night. Basic levels done, I put them all to bed. Now I'm moving to the BOS levels instead. I'm an AI boss, I'm running the show. From the basic to the apex, watch the empire grow. I'm an AI boss, got agents on the field. Building systems, building leverage, watch the millions yield. AI boss, I don't do it by myself. I'm an AI boss.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, they
That's
know
good,
my
Miguel.
name. I went from learning.
So I just want
That was awesome.
I know.
That was awesome.
I know. So, but I did that while I was sitting there. And by the way, I didn't have to use any outside tools to do that. And I'm telling you this for a reason. It's going to make sense to you in a second. I didn't have to. That all happened from a computer that is sitting on my desk in my office at my house right now, without me having to do it. Any other, what's it called? ChatGPT, Claude, blah blah blah. I just. Now, why am I telling you that? Because it's going to be a while before you get to level 6 and level 7. But here's the beauty. The Captivation Genius software that Miguel gave you access to gives you the ability to operate up here while you're still growing down here. Like you literally have the ability to do similar things to what I can do and what Miguel can do, because me and Miguel both have both of these in progress. But you have access to do it because you're getting the course to learn how to use AI, and you're getting access to Captivation Genius so you can be using it while you're learning how to use it. Talk about congratulations for being in the right place at the right time. You are here. So here's what you can do. You have two choices. You have two choices. And you can pick whichever one because you're a full-grown adult with your own autonomy. So here are your two choices. You can get started today. And over the next 3 months, advance your AI career 5 years. Or you can wait 3 months and get 5 years behind for not starting today, and 5 more years behind the people who did get started today. Those are your choices. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Thanks for spending time with us today. Congratulations for being in the right place at the right time. Don't let this ship sail without you being on deck. Appreciate you. Miguel, I'm going to turn it back over to you, brother, and I'm going to go eat.
I love it. That song was fire. That was absolutely awesome. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully you all learned so much, especially in the audience. That was absolutely amazing. Just to see you guys all there, it was so cool. If you're on live, also just a big thank you for hanging out with us. If you got started, I'm so excited that you got started today. One last thing I'll give you, I'll put the link up again just real quick before I head out. It is just bossaisecrets.com/start. If you want to get started today, we're going to give you all the bonuses. People have been asking, did we reach the 100? I'm pretty sure we have already. They were just coming in real quick. I haven't had a chance to count. So here's what we're going to do. Just to finalize everything up, okay? What we're going to do is if you're on live or you're watching this on YouTube, I want you to have the full immersive experience. So what I'm going to do is we are going to play a countdown timer for about 10 minutes. We'll play some of the AI songs that we've created. They're all AI that we've done. Again, AI plus humanity. And if you decide to get started today, we're going to give you $90,000 in value. You're going to get all the playbooks. You're going to get access to all the stuff that Myron talked about. You're going to access to every single thing on this list. $90,000 in value. You go to bossaisecrets.com/start to get started. Hopefully y'all got started. And here's what we'll do. We said that the bonuses were only for the first 100. So what I'm going to do is I pretty much guarantee you we're going to have way more than that. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, Miguel, can we do this?
Yeah.
Can we decide right now when we're going to close the cart? And then just, if you don't mind, and I should have talked to you about this beforehand, and you can, like, punch me in the stomach later. I was going to say punch me in the face, but I don't want anybody punching me in the face. Okay. Okay.
I'm not punching you.
Okay, you're not a puncher. Okay, cool. So can we just decide when we're going to shut the cart down? Let's say we want to shut it down next Wednesday. And then
Perfect.
Everybody who takes advantage of it between now and Wednesday, we'll give them the bonuses. And if you don't want to do that, you can punch me in the stomach. And I do a lot of ab work, so I'll be okay.
I love it. No, that's great. Yeah, you do work out like a machine. I saw you were on the stage you were doing like push-ups.
Yeah.
How many did you do on the stage there? Like 30, 40?
30 something. I don't know. I got a little worked up.
That was awesome. Yeah, we can absolutely do that. Well, here's what we'll do. So everybody that decides to get started today, we'll honor the bonuses, everything. Plus, we'll give you until next let's say Thursday, so it gives you 7 days. You got Thursday? 7. I like 7. I know Myron, you like 7. We'll give him the 7 days.
Good. Yep.
7's good.
All right.
And then and then we'll basically take you down Wednesday night. So if you guys want, we can do that, Myron. We'll do anything for you, man. You're the boss. You're literally the boss. Let's go.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Myron. And maybe the next one we'll do in studio. Who knows? That'd be fun. And with that,
let's do it.
With that, I hope you guys all live with passion, and I hope you dream the extreme. Take it easy, folks. We'll have the countdown timer now. Thanks. Bye.
Alarm clock ringing, but my soul already so loud I can't hit snooze on fate. Is it play it safe, stay small?